welcome to this session of Outcast Outclassed.
Big vibes here, big old vibes. Let's go.
I love how much we like yell and things, and then you're like, "It's time!" Like, bam, 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 bam,
It's all those jitters.
All right, first announcement of the night. Happy Passover, y'all.
Happy
Passover.
Passover.
Woo! Let's go.
Woo!
All right. That's it? No, it's not. Also, Crit Awards. As we've mentioned before, the Crit Awards nominations are still up and open and will be, I believe, till the end of next month. So, if you have not yet, I am doing a lot of wiggle fingers to the podcast audience. You should check it out. And if there's categories that you think that we might be worthy of, you should nominate us. And to make it a little bit easier, in our Discord, in the announcements, we made easy links for certain things that were requesting links, like links to a really cool NPC moment, your favorite NPC, and we have the Norn for that, and all sorts of different things like that. So easy linking, up to you, of course, and there's many other creators and artists around these spaces that deserve your votes, so please go out there and nominate your favorite creators. Okay, that's, I believe, critawards.org, if you need the link. All right, that is truly the end of my announcements. So, we got a sponsor, I believe, so I'll hand it off to you, Maria.
We do. I sure hope it's the same one that it's always been, which is Eldritch Osiris Games. Y'all, did you know that Eldritch Osiris Games is, and I quote, the first ttrpg workers co-op in the history of ttrpg co-ops or ever? It's pretty rad. They are a conglomerate of individuals who are working to get people opportunities to have their work published where they might not have been able to otherwise. They focus a lot on Pathfinder cool things, such as something I just saw that I thought was pretty applicable to our little group here. Was just released a handful of days ago. It is their Summoner's Beginner's Guide. We have Duval. I'm sure playing a summoner.
I still have no idea what I'm doing.
And you know what? Even you, who's been playing this game for over almost 3 years, probably could brush up a little bit on your summoner stuff. You know, so you can pick up the Summoner's Guide for Beginners by visiting eldritchosirisgames.com, following all the links that you can click there for a pay what you want collection of how to best wield that action economy. It comes with a bunch of notes, sample builds, and explanations of some new mechanics for you. That is eldritchosirisgames.com. .com. It's .org.
C-O-M.
So
you can't have me quote Homestar Runner every time.
It's
homestarrunner.net. It's .com. Alright, I made my soul happy. Thank you kindly. Wait, I lost my cards.
Email.
Hold on, there it is. I found my cards. Everything's okay. Everything's great. I'm so good at this. We have initiative to roll, right? So let's do it. Let's go.
All
right,
roll initiative.
And let's
go.
say, for now, we'll see you in class.
If we make it to that class.
Welcome back. All right. Before we can start off, we need to know where we left off. It's a full circle. So, let's talk about it.
I don't like this at all.
No, I just literally struggled with all my windows, and I was like gonna go right into it, and then everything crapped out, and I had to
Do
bail.
it. Go.
It's normal.
Go.
All right.
Go.
Last, we left off. The outcasts visited Teacher Ott to discuss the recent burnings of abandoned buildings. Unsurprised that they've picked up on the trouble, Teacher Ott can't recall anything familiar about school debts, the words that were found, or the person in question, but does suggest that they continue their research before offering to put in a good word to unground them for their exceptional efforts in their time grounded. Splitting up to speak with their various sources, they find information about the products used in the burning, including that they're not usually stocked on campus, as well as information that the individual might have attempted to become a student of the Magaambya a number of times. Well, after reconvening, briefly stopping to try a variety of Chizire's new concoctions, the outcasts go to meet Okash, the school's bursar, and a peppy person who is upset about the rude individual the outcasts are looking for. The individual seems to be after Oyo and Matembe, but no students by that name are found in the records. The next day, Donatimo finally relieves the party of their punishment, and they exchange updates on Frog Legs and the leads on the Firestarter. With permission to venture, the outcasts spread their hypothetical wings to continue their investigation. Only hypothetical because none of you have ancestries with wings. You know, that's on you, really. In the city, at the alchemical supplier they connected with on other business, they learn of Firepot Ubanu and are directed to Firepot's forge, alongside a cliff on the outskirts of the city. Well, outside the forge, they meet some relatively unfriendly minotaurs and try seeking an audience with their boss. When the minotaurs don't comply, the party tries to sneak through instead, but get found out before they can make it further into the caves of the forge. Attempting to pivot and return to a friendly exchange, the outcasts ask again if they can speak to the boss, but the minotaurs can't keep their story straight. He's not here. He's busy. One way or another, they can't get him. Finally, the minotaurs are convinced, and after narrowly avoiding a deadly rockfall trap, they unlock a door and step into a room that reeks of refuse. Out of the corner of their eyes, something shifts out of sight. Something in the nearby trash pile disappeared. And that is where we're picking right up with our initiative.
Let's go.
Sheesh. All right. Windows, be nice to me and actually do what I want it to do.
I love that both Roll20 and Real Life Me also rolled terribly. I'm so excited.
Nice, nice, nice.
All right, so all turn order should be on the tracker. Is that correct?
I think so.
Yes.
Assuming that I don't have to roll for my familiar, because I do believe Nim gets actions in combat.
I'm gonna trust you on that and say sure. We'll go with it. Oh, and is Overnosa out?
Yes.
You guys share initiative, duh. Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. So, into this room you've entered. And as something, you swear you saw something, but there is nothing there at all. And this tense moment where perhaps you yourselves don't know that you're in initiative yet, suddenly, behind you, Tal, and next to Overnosa, a low, menacing growl emerges from behind you suddenly. As this growl reverberates in this cavern and echoes amongst itself, I do need everybody to roll a will saving throw.
Okay.
I won't.
You will.
19.
22.
26.
Also 26.
Okay. The 26s succeed. You are not frightened. And you are immune to this. Just so you know. However, what were the other two again?
22.
22.
19.
Those are failures, unfortunately. So failure. Oh, my bad. None of you critically succeeded. So all of those that succeeded are frightened 1, and all of those that failed are frightened 2. As you whip around and see nothing there but this echoing growl that infiltrates your ears, this fear sets in. The movement as you've whipped around to find the source of this sound takes you a little bit by surprise when suddenly you feel the air moving behind you, Ark. As suddenly something strikes against you. You feel heat and a raking of pain across you. Well, I'll see if this strike hits
Do I?
first. 36 to hit.
Yeah, that's a crit against my double frightened flat-footed AC since I can't see this thing.
Well, hell. The blank has kind of come into your space, and you feel a heat. You see nothing, but you feel a heat as this raking pain crosses over. Because you are frightened, I'm going to roll an additional. Okay. You're taking. You said a critical hit?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. Heat and sharp pain as 36 plus 3 damage.
Sheesh. That's 39 damage. That's almost half my hit points.
That's
You just
most
get
of mine.
slashed across. And as the strike completes, only after does something shimmer in the light of this room and form itself in front of you. A cat. But no, not a cat.
It's Tal.
A skeletal form of a cat with flame burning from within. Melting lava dripping from it.
Baby.
This appears in front of you.
Can we
You
take
don't
it
know
home?
what it is.
Can you
I don't know what it is, but I want it.
I want to see if there's a handout real quick.
Okay.
That will make it better.
Look at that
No,
cat.
don't.
It's a bone melter.
It's cute.
That's
Look
kinda
at that baby.
Okay. Yeah. I would like it as a mount, please. Thank you.
I want one. It can cuddle up next to me when I'm sleeping. It'll
just
keep me
kinda
warm.
You won't have to worry about being cold.
It just hisses in front of you, and it is staring at you. Yeah, ready to rock and roll, so to speak. So that is going to be all of its actions. And you heard, just based on your like perception, as it in the moments that it jumped from somewhere across probably the pile of refuse over to you, Ark. And it was never behind. It wouldn't have fit behind you. So you're not sure where that growl came from or why it felt like it came from somewhere else as this thing appears in front of you.
Sure. And Ark will relay that. I think there's another. As he's like holding his side, kind of like, I would say bleeding, but his wounds are probably cauterized, so.
No, it's true. Yeah. All right, that is its turn. That makes it Tal's turn.
I have a question because I had an item that I forgot that I got for ghosts. Was this will save a save against a mental effect?
Ooh, it's a great question. It is. It is a auditory, emotion, fear, and mental effect.
Okay, I would have gotten a +2. Would a 28 have made a difference?
It would not have made a difference.
Okay.
But that's a very good question.
For the purposes of this item, because it was used, there's just a bracelet laying on the ground because it just falls off. So there's that. But that's fine. Worth it. Okay. Been panicking so much that I have no idea what I'm doing. Okay. I'm going to... Oh, hell yeah. I did... Hell yeah. Okay. I'm going to, in a 10-foot burst. Where's the thing that makes it...
A burst.
Ow.
I think roughly centered around us in a 10-foot burst. I'm going to cast Fairy Fire.
Ooh.
Good one.
Thanks. I forgot I packed it today, but it's here. Visible creatures can't be concealed while affected by Fairy Fire. If they're invisible, they are concealed while affected by Fairy Fire rather than being undetected.
Okay.
Just in
you
case.
burst this out. Looking around you, you don't see anything concealed around you.
Not even if I look like up on the wall.
Not even up on the wall.
Sick. Tight.
Sheesh.
Tight.
Tight.
Neat.
The
Cool.
GM's lying to us.
Neat. Panic. I think I'm going to, because I had heard this thing coming from behind me initially, whatever this thing was, I'm going to take a step this direction. Wait, that's...
Yeah, you're tight against the wall.
Action.
I'll let you have a awkward little space there. That's fine.
No, it's fine, because I remembered that movement costs... I remember how to play this game, everybody. I'm going to cast
Let's go.
Shield instead.
Oh, let's
Like
go.
Pathfinder.
All right, love that.
Action
Such a
economy,
mood.
everyone. Remember, movement costs actions. Also, as an aside, my familiar Nim has this cool ability called Independent, which means in an encounter, if I don't command my familiar, it still gains 1 action each round. Because it's independent, I can dictate what it does, but GM discretion, GM could decide they do whatever they want. So,
Yeah, Nim's an interesting creature. You tell me what you expect Nim to do.
I would hope that Nim would be looking out to see if they can pinpoint if there's any more of these things.
Yeah. Ooh, okay, Waffles, what do you think about this? What is Nim's intelligence?
Nim doesn't I don't think has specific stats.
They should.
This is a funky dunky one. It doesn't show up in any sort of character sheet thing situation. This is always something that's been a little bit wonky since I've made him.
Well,
I know
we
they
can look
have
at it
this,
another
they
time.
have I have their saves and they have a perception score.
I think then they take on your stats or something like that. There's like a whole weird thing to it, but okay, no worries.
Yeah.
We'll just move past that.
Okay.
So you want to perceive as Nim, take a look around, see if
Yes.
there's anything of note. Let's do that.
Okay. For the sake of this, Nim does have dark vision and low light vision, and also has their own perception.
Mm-hmm.
29.
29. Through Nim's imprecise scent and dark vision, I mean, it is pretty lit up in this room. Glowy cat helps a little too. But Nim is very confident that there is nothing else in this room right now.
Okay. Do they say as much?
Yeah, you have a telepathic link as well, right?
True.
Yeah. No,
True.
they just in your head you hear I don't think anything is here.
Okay.
They must have done that.
Okay.
For what it matters, creatures will add your ability modifier and your level to perception, stealth, and acrobatics checks. That's all they can
But not
take if you have
intelligence.
nothing. If they have nothing else.
Okay.
Understood. Thank you for that.
Yep.
Awesome. All right. Anything else for Nim or Utah?
No.
Sweet. Perfect.
Yeah. So, since Airfae is pretty sure at this point that there is only one of these creatures, she is going to go ahead and try and cast Calm Emotion. It is a 10-foot burst, so I'm going to hit it here, just in case there's something hiding on the other side there. Try and hit something else in the area. But so it is a will saving throw. Because I'm frightened, it is a DC 21.
Okay, 1 second.
Yeah, frightened sucks.
Yeah. I was trying to see if I have something that got rid of it. It does not.
Like, why is my AC 2 lower? Because I'm frightened.
Okay. Apologies, looking something up. Where did my sheet go? Here it is. What do you need me to roll again?
A will saving throw.
Oh, I could do that. Now, this is a magic effect, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
It forcibly calms the creatures in the area.
All right, so that is going to be a 29.
Well, it's just a success at least.
Okay.
So it has a -1 status penalty to your attack rolls as long as I sustain.
Okay. You see it like shake its head, kind of like not liking this intrusion into its mental space. That is
Okay.
it. You don't hear like any growling or sound coming from it though, like from the cat itself.
Okay.
And you do see it's skeletal and dripping flame and lava, so you're not quite sure how it would produce sound.
Yeah, that's fair. That's not great.
Magic.
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 Then for my last action, because Ark was already been hit and she's not taken any of their sass today, she's going to lifelink with Tal and Ark.
Gross.
Nice.
So Ark will get 5, 9, 12 points of healing when I connect. And Tal will
I
get
want
it
to
too,
rem-
but I don't think you took any.
Yeah. And as a reminder, don't forget about your knowledge checks, should you wish to know what this thing is.
Fair enough.
Oh! I would like to spend a focus point in this moment.
Oh.
As a reaction to being
Oh.
healed by my ally.
Oh.
Okay.
Specifically, the reaction is an ally has granted me a beneficial effect during a combat encounter to return the favor. When an ally supports you in a fight, I offer resistance in turn for the favor. You gain 12 temp HP for 1 minute.
Oh, shit.
That is incredible.
Sick.
That is cool.
Oh, this girl will
Look
get
at this
98 hit
fancy
points
level.
then.
Damn, beat
Let's
me.
go.
I mean, 12,
Let's go.
86 plus 12, so I'll just take
Yeah.
it.
Hell yeah.
So I like to think that, like, how this lifelink? What does the lifelink look like again when Airfa uses it?
It is essentially like a white wispy light that connects.
So I like to think that it when it connects to Tau, the moment that it connects, a second thread goes from Tal to Arafe and like winds around it, connecting the two of them to give you that burst of extra
That's cool.
health.
That's cool.
Listen,
Arafe looks down. That's cool.
listen, Paizo gave me cool stuff this last time we talked. It's really neat.
Sweet. I love that. Cool.
That's my
Right.
turn.
Amazing. Ark, the kitty hits you. What you gonna do?
The kitty had a little claw on
Bad
you.
kitty, no.
The dwippy, the kitty
The
dripping lava.
dwippy kitty.
The dwippy kitty.
I'd like to
What's
hurt the
happening?
kitty back,
Oh yeah,
but
that's fine.
I don't
It is
know if I
okay.
want to.
For clarity, it
Probably
is a
hurt.
like monstrosity looking thing. We call it a kitty, but it's not
Yeah.
a domesticated.
Yeah, it is a.
Large sized, obviously. very
Large
kitty.
lava
Yeah.
skeletal.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm just imagining Boo
Baby.
from Monsters Inc. Kitty!
Kitty! Yep. That's how we as players are interacting with it, certainly.
Correct.
Okay.
Been a lot of cats lately.
Yeah. Cats are cool.
Man, do I attack straight up or do I go defensive here? I think Ark. This is gonna become his go-to move. Ark is going to. His eyes are gonna shine. As he begins to target the best place on this cat, and then with the scroll on his staff, he is going to spell strike, shocking grasp.
Okay.
So I with true strike, I
Let's-
get to roll twice and take the higher. I am at a -2 because of the stupid frightened. 15 and 19. Sheesh. So good. I'm sure they miss.
They do.
The scroll disintegrates, spell is spent, and that's the end of my turn.
Rip-a-rooney.
You only like hear the sizzling splatter of the heat as it kind of hits the floor, as it just again like shakes itself with zero sound.
Zero sound from it.
Yeah, aside from like the clattering of its bones and the,
Okay,
the
okay.
hissing of steam.
Yeah. That's my turn.
Cool. Hideaki.
Hi, I have a question.
Yes.
This particular space. Oh, hold on, you can't see what I'm doing because I'm on the wrong thing. This particular space right here that I just pinged.
Yeah, down the
in
pile
the-
of refuse.
Right. Does that look dangerous to get to, or like?
Is the
It
poop molten
looks
too?
stinky.
Is it
Cool.
stinky?
At most, because it is a pile and it's kind of like steeped upwards, you might have like some difficult terrain trying to move through it, but you're
Okay.
looking, I'm assuming, at the square that's like right at the edge of it. You can
Yeah, 'cause I'm
stand
trying to
in there
flank it.
and it's fine.
Right.
Yeah.
100%. Overnose is going to use his 35 feet of movement to head that way.
Okay.
Should be exactly 35 feet as I measured. And at the same time, because we're acting together, there is a not quite a shocking grasp, but a familiar whip of electric energy as he electric arc 2, as I like to say.
Art 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Exactly. Which is a reflex save for Dem.
All right.
It's 20 because I'm double frightened.
All right. That is a 20.
20 is the DC. I hate you. So you take half of the following. 6, 7, 11. So 5 points of damage.
What is this again?
Lightning, electricity, something.
Electric arc?
Electric arc.
Electric arc? Okay. Okay.
Yep.
Lightning.
Lightning.
Buzz.
So that's 11 out of 5.
For everyone
What's
that
up?
has had a turn, they can reduce their frightened by 1, unless the GM says otherwise.
Gotcha. Not
Thank
yet.
you. Yes, you can.
And as that like strikes out and like kind of pops it on the head, with his he'll actually like kind of like try to cut through the frightening situation. Firepot Ubanu, if you can hear us, is this your large ass pet? Can we just talk?
Okay.
We're here for the Magaambya. We're not trying to hurt anybody.
Perfect. This echoes kind of a little bit in the cavern that you're in, and you don't hear anything immediately in response. But noted. Anything else that you're doing?
Yep. Because the reason why we actually Let's see. So two actions. So I've got one left.
Yes.
Okay. And then I will a familiar arcane shield surrounds over nose. I'm going to use Protect Companion.
Okay.
And
Perfect.
I'm going to hold from there.
All right. At that, it is this cat's turn, because I can't tell you what it is yet. Listen, for me, the GM, just do some
Lava kitty.
knowledge. Yes, the lava cat. We'll call it that.
I don't want to spend an action.
I know. Fair. Action economy, all that jazz.
I will be next turn. I need it all through.
Valid. All right. So, in this moment, it is Overnosa feared?
Feared.
We didn't roll for that. But yeah, cool. Definitely.
Is it a critical failure?
Oh yeah, it definitely is.
Okay, so Overnosa is frightened 4.
Great.
Yikes.
Great. Cool.
Cool.
Did Overnosa happen to
Excellent.
hit?
He hasn't hit anything.
Okay, bro.
Yeah.
I use protect companion instead of hitting because I'm hoping to talk to this dude.
Yeah.
All right. So, with that, what do I want to do? You know? All right. Seeing this
Really fast
dragon-
before you go, is there any additional aside from the fighting forward? Is anything else I need to do? Does like for Overnosa?
No, you're good.
Okay,
But
okay.
I guess technically this is the end of one turn for you, so that
So
would
he'd
be
be frightened
moved
3?
to 3 now.
Got it.
Yeah.
And I'm frightened 1. Okay, cool.
So, Firecat sees this movement of this dragon-looking creature kind of go to surround it. Doesn't like it. Is going to go ahead and turn around and strike at the dragon because it looks like it's very scared of it, and it likes that. So it's going to go ahead and do some claws. Swipe some claws at
Is it an
Overnosa.
independent clause?
No, it's gonna be a
Listen.
dual claws. 23 for its
23
first attack.
Because it's frightened, it will hit.
All right, and that's going to be 17 points of slashing damage, and because Overnosa is scared, that's an additional 3 points of damage.
That's a total of 20.
20.
Correct.
20. Okay, cool. As that, I'm going to use my reaction now to called Life Block, which as it goes into claw at and it kind of connects with the energy that is Overnosa, you just hear, and he pulls on the connection between the two, and just trying to almost switch him out, almost out of the way, and it would reduce the triggering damage by 20, but I take 10 hit points, so I only take 10 damage for that.
Okay, nice. I believe, is there anything special about precision damage specifically?
For Protect Companion?
No, Waffles, just in
Oh.
regards to
No.
stuff like that.
Precision damage in this game is, I think the two special things is it doesn't get doubled, and it adds to the damage type you dealt. So like
Understood.
if you did piercing, it's extra piercing damage.
Okay.
So what is
Um,
Overnose's AC, just out of curiosity?
As of right now, 21.
Okay. You said it was 23 to hit?
Yeah.
Okay. It has a -1 to attack rolls. Well, I was just wondering if I was going to be pedantic about it or
Oh,
not.
that would be close. That's
Thank
close,
you.
though. That's
Very,
something to be
very
pedantic
good to
about.
hold that in. And then second, it's going to swipe a second time, and that will be with a -1, a 19
Miss.
to hit, which
Why don't you roll
misses.
36s for him?
I was
Because
I don't want to
rivalries.
say that it was a very high natural roll number.
I'm sure it was like a natural
initially.
19 or something.
It was not.
18. Got it. No, anyway.
So the two swipes kind of don't leave as strong of an impact as it wants. The second one missing entirely. So it'll just kind of whip back around and do one last snap of its jaws at the more squishier one that was more successful last time.
Sure.
So they can do that at arc.
Natural 20.
That is a with the -1, 18.
Miss.
All right. Kind of frustrated. You do hear this time, like from a little bit, like off to the back of the cavern, a sort of frustrated growl. Based on this cat's movements, you can assume, and your confidence that there's no other creature in this cavern, whatever you're hearing
Weird,
is from this cat, but not emanating from the cat, in an odd way, and that is the cat's turn.
All right.
Tal.
I agree. For the podcast listeners, Maria just popped both sides of their face.
The panic is delicious.
It sure is. Okay. I am going to move myself, taking them with me, of course, because they're on top of myself.
Nim's always on top. Giggity.
Nim's always
Wow.
on top.
You gonna run around everybody?
Yeah, I'm just trying to decide how far is too far.
Great question.
I'm going to be a risky biscuit because I want to see. So I'm going to run towards the other side of this chamber, to see, because we couldn't really see around the corner too terribly well. What if there's anything else I can see? If there's anything else, doorways wise, passageway wise, or in the room with us.
Absolutely. At the far end of this cavern, you do see another similar, narrower, like heavy metal door.
Righteous. Okay. Okay. Tal. Righteous. Tal is going to see that, see how not ideal this cat situation is, and is going to attempt to cast Daze on this big flaming kitty.
Okay.
But it takes a little damage and has to make a will saving throw.
Sheesh.
Not a will saving throw, and this is a magical thing.
I would certainly hope so.
That is going to be. Oh, it was all saves. Oh well, that's okay. 18.
I think that's a failure.
Oh.
It is. Haha. So, Oh, okay. Well, it takes 9 points of mental damage. It's not dazed because it didn't critically fail.
Oh.
Or it's not stunned, I should say. So.
That's okay.
Right, kinda.
Yeah.
It definitely kind of shakes its like almost like it was bopped on the nose, and like it really kind of reacts unpleasantly to the mental.
It's not catnip.
No.
Didn't like it.
Didn't like it. Yeah. That's that was movement to action. That's it for me. That's it for me.
All
Yep.
right, Airfade.
Alrighty. Airfay wants to do.
That's it. Sorry. That's it for Nim as well.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I don't have anything in mind for them.
Totally fine.
Alright. Airfay would like to try and recall knowledge to see if she knows anything about this thing.
What a waste of an action.
Does this count as an animal?
It would have to have the animal trait.
In the sense that it's a beast, yes.
Let me double check.
Beast
To
and
nature
animals
checks
are
to
not the
identify
same.
animals is what it says. So I'd have to say GM call on this.
What'd you say, Waffles, about beast?
By technicality in Pathfinder2e, beast and animals are not the same thing.
Okay. A beast is a creature similar to an animal. Understood. Gotcha. Unlike an animal, a beast might be able to speak and reason. So, no, I don't believe this would be an animal.
Okay. Just double checking because that gives me a +2 if I was doing that. So I assume it's a nature check to identify what this is.
You know, for you, I'll let you do Arcana. I'll let you do Nature. I'll let you even do Religion.
I will go with nature because my Arcana is garbage. So that will be a 26.
Ooh, that is successful. What would you like to know?
What is it?
I will give you the basics, but give me also a little bonus.
So I guess I assume Ari, like the others, has heard like the noise coming from somewhere else.
Yeah.
So she's curious more about like, is this like a magical being? Is this a projection of some kind? Is this usually controlled by something else that we should be looking for?
Okay. So, you've been staring at this thing and its movements for long enough at this point, and it kind of clicks because, well, you've read about these things, but there's no way in hell that you would have seen these things, because indeed they are from hell. This is a fiend. This is a hellcat.
Hellcat.
No, cat.
Hellcats are predators native to the fiery pits of hell, and their bones smoke with heat and drip with, and you're kind of recalling the textbook that you read on this, this sort of lava that is dripping from it is not lava. It is dripping with boiling blood. However, they are
That
not
is metal as
undead.
fuck. They are not undead.
No, they are living hellspawn, and their flesh is just transparent.
That is cool.
All right.
That's cool.
This is a sick ass creature. Now, you know, because that they are not animal, that they are beast. Hellcats know infernal. They cannot speak. They cannot speak infernal. They understand infernal. Makes sense, given that they are a hellcat, and they communicate usually telepathically.
Okay.
That doesn't explain the growl at all.
The growl, if you want that very specifically, it's just able to throw its voice.
Okay.
Ventriloquist.
So
Why is it cooler than me?
Telepathic
I want to be a
ventriloquist
ventriloquist
cat.
cat.
Well, when they find a Hellcat folk stat block, I'll let you know, Maria.
Yeah, that would be a really cool stat block.
Wait. So
Listen, next time I die, I just need to go to Hellscape and not to.
Yeah.
Faerun.
Time to
Got
go
it.
on a trip to hell.
Yeah.
Got it, got
so
it,
that
got
you
it,
come
got it.
back.
Bye, Norns. We're not
Got
gonna
it,
be the
got it.
Norns anymore. We're going to hell.
Yeah.
Tal
I'm
did
not-
die, but they were too good at that point. If they died now, they would probably go to hell.
Villain origin story starts here.
All
And
kinds
because-
of musical numbers are coming into my mind now.
And I'll give you some little additional things because you did do an absolute successful check there. That if it's from hell, you can probably assume that it's weak to good damage. It's probably not gonna like good
Too bad
damage.
none of us have good damage.
Oh.
Too bad we're all just baddies through and through.
You say
Lots
that, but
of
you don't know
evil
me.
damage.
You don't
Damn
know
it.
me?
Turns out
I thought you were one of us.
Turns out you can heal
I'm
other things for good damage.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I'm assuming that doesn't mean positive versus negative damage. Like, what do you mean good spells?
Rework versus non-rework, right?
Is it? No, that would be holy and unholy.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
No, it's different than positive. Good damage is different than positive.
Wow.
Okay.
Positive
I
effects
don't
on live
like-
creatures.
I just want to say I hate it.
I don't like it.
So very specifically, it's not undead. That was one of the things.
Yeah,
that
that's
you
the
did know.
important thing. Okay. I'm not gonna take a time to look through all my spells to see if I have good damage.
So I'm giving you that one thing, and I will say, because I know you mentioned Waffles that you were wanting to do a recall knowledge check. If there's more to learn, I'm not giving every single thing, so you're welcome to.
Okay.
I am going to just kind of hand wave this a little bit, use one of my actions to share this information very quickly with the group, rather than just like.
You don't have to. You spent the action on a recall knowledge. I will let that be.
I thought that
yeah.
I thought that columns of knowledge that is an action to do that as well. Yes, I'm going to sustain the spell as well.
Sustain.
Sustain it.
I'm gonna sustain the
Portugal,
plains
the
and
spell.
Spain, that kind of stuff.
Gently down the train.
Mansplain your spell.
Okay, I have one action left, and as oracles, like nothing costs one action. So I am going to divert 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to divert their attention and move down to the right side of the
Just more
to
open
them.
area, yeah.
Just to kind of
stop
open the area so
clustering.
we're not so clustered together. That will
Yeah.
be.
I'm
my
sure it
turn.
can't breathe fire or anything like that. I'm sure we'd be fine. Clustered in one spot.
Look, I can never speak. All right, I have ADHD. My brain goes faster than my mouth does.
That's why did you just describe
No.
me?
Yeah. Hey, why are you atting me though? Like.
Yeah.
And then I'll be my
Alright.
turn.
Sounds wonderful. Ark, is your turn, and Hideaki, you're on deck.
Yeah. Arc will first action enter Arcane Cascade.
Don't you have to cast a spell for that?
My latest action had to be to cast a spell or spell strike.
Oh, not this turn.
Yeah. And I spell struck and my latest action was a spell strike.
It was.
So I will enter Arcane Cascade.
Yeah, Cascade.
Oh,
We
made it.
I goes wee.
It's like a slide. Arcane slide.
I will then. Let's see what I want to do. That's probably right. I will then focus spell shielding strike. So I'm just gonna whack out at it and pull my book up at the same time.
Okay.
21 to hit with flat-footed.
That. Oh, flat-footed
Yeah, it has a
does not hit.
does not hit. It has a -2 AC. It's flat-footed.
Yes.
Okay, just making sure. It has 4 feet and it's
It's a
flat-footed.
spicy kitty.
It's a spicy.
Spicy meat.
This
Well,
spicy kitty.
And with my book held in the air, I'm shielding myself. I will do a recall knowledge check, and I get a +2 because my book is up.
Nice.
Same skills.
Arcana, nature, religion, unless you have a specific lore you'd like.
Cave lore.
Lore cave.
do.
I do have cave lore. Okay. I'll make it arcana.
You know that these things are not normally found in caves.
I hate this.
And probably not on this plane either.
I'm rolling really bad tonight. Natural 5 for a 20 and 22 total.
Yeah, that is not successful. You're not able. You acknowledge all of the things that Arafe has kind of shared, and you like recognize that from textbook info, but you don't have any additional information that you're able to find.
Okay. And then I will, out of character, express that if Ark knew Infernal, you know he would have probably spoken at that moment.
Yeah.
That's it.
Hideaki?
Ark's useless.
It's okay, buddy. We got your fam. Man. So you're staying right where you are, I assume, Ark 2?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna do something a bit unorthodox.
I hope it's not Fireball, because I have some bad news about what this thing is made out of. I don't think it would go well for it or us.
I'm
I didn't ask what it was made of. I said I cast fire.
What did I say last time? Exactly. That. No. Oh man. Yeah, because he's really conflicted, but like, especially with all the information that Arafe is saying, like, we're in. It's from his his thought is like we might be like trespassing here. So, and considering where he is, he's going to once again, even like behind you, Ark 2, you hear that familiar electric pulse of the whip, and he's going to electric Ark 2 the door.
Oh.
And as he does, I'm serious. Open the fucking door. Boom.
Interesting. Make me an intimidation check.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
Now roll awesome, and it'll be awesome.
Well, it's funny you say that because I rolled a natural 20. Let's fucking go.
Amazing.
Wahoo.
If
Okay.
you need to know, I'll make that a 34.
Okay. Hold on. 1 second then.
That was
Hold
almost
up.
as good as the 36 that hit Ark earlier.
Right?
So close.
So close.
This fire cat's just cooler.
So the electricity kind of like runs across this door, this gate, this locked gate, and your voice kind of echoes out through there. Okay. What else are you doing? It'll have impact, don't worry.
I trust you. I trust. Yeah, with all love and stuff. I didn't mean anything negative behind it, even though it sounded very different. Anyway,
I
just
trust
see
you.
Yeah, I trust you.
See, remember when I said earlier, I was like, when Maria was like, no, you got jitters, and I was like, no, I didn't then. I fucking do now. Anyway,
See?
so yeah, we just had to like, this had to happen. Anyway, so that was 2 actions.
Do you do that through Ark? You're going through the door from you?
Well, in my mind, like it's like the distance is like that amount, like it's barely enough to hit the door, so it would be like right behind him, like it's like right behind his neck.
Okay.
Yeah,
We
in
actually
my
hold
mind.
hands, and I shoot the electric arc out of my finger.
Suck it, Ignacy.
Aw.
We're the couple now. This is what I've always been waiting for. Anyway, sorry. And
Their fingers intertwine. Sorry.
and yeah, because in this situation, he's just gonna cast Protect Command again. He's not gonna do anything else because he's. I'll just give you like an internal monologue. Please don't make me fucking kill this thing.
Okay.
Because I will.
Okay. Wait, you cannot protect companion again for 10 minutes.
Oh, because of the reaction. In that case, I'll cast Heal to myself.
Sounds good. So with that, yes, and actually that's very important. Now that it is
I have
the
0 fear.
Hellcat's turn, who is still feared?
Nobody.
I think
probably.
Overnosa, maybe?
Just
Oh,
Overnosa.
Overnosa. Yeah, Overnosa,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah. This cat like sniffs in the air, and it kind of smells the fear still on Overnosa, and turns to Overnosa. And as it goes to like open its mouth and that boiling blood starts to drip from its maw, the door to the northeast bangs open.
Let's fucking go.
Is it another
Well, you know, had to have the suspense.
And
Let's see what
another one comes in.
You rag!
That's just what I'm cracking up at. It's great. I wasn't emotionally ready to bring him in yet, but we're gonna do it.
Yeah!
It's gonna be great. The door opens. Let's
Ignacy steps through, calling it now.
imagine.
Abram comes in, hang glider ho. Let's go.
I would just propose to him at this point. Like, just say, game over.
And you just open to getting rejected again?
Can I?
You know what? I'm more resilient now.
Can I?
Than
can I move my
yesterday?
character just
Yes!
to get a view of this guy?
Don't worry, I'm gonna give you a handout. For some, specifically Taliatia, the face that comes barging through this space is a familiar one. As I'll show you Firepot Ubanu.
I understand now why it's familiar. I was like,
Who
do I know?
Because
Why
you
do I know
seen
him?
No, I've seen him in the past before.
Oh my god, he's kind of cool. He's cool looking. I like
He
him.
looks, you know who he
So-
looks like to me?
He looks like you.
What does he
Zuko.
look like?
But like a fun Zuko.
Like a
From
yeah,
like
Grand,
I can
Grandpa
see that.
Zuko.
Grandpa
Yeah,
Zuko.
yeah.
Or Grandpa Sokka, actually, but like
Yeah.
Sokka's
That's
fine.
fair.
Oh my
Anyway,
God. Look at that salt and pepper.
there you go. Podcast people. That's
Thank
now
you
in
so
your head.
much. The door slams open, and Ubanu comes through looking pissed off. You Magambian people. What are you doing to my cat?
Nothing.
We're trying not to do anything.
Seeing this kind of mid-motion, Rajata, the cat, stops,
Ooh, and a name.
looking over towards Firepot Ubanu. I don't care. Kill them. Rajata continues to go and chomp on Overnosa. And
We have our heading.
Nice.
Yep.
she's going to
It's a she and their name's Rajata. Rajata.
Rajata, yeah.
Experience
Rajata
Rajata.
Rajata.
It's Garfield.
And actually, hold on. I gotta roll initiative for Ubanu.
That's what I was
Hold
about
on.
to ask you. For
No, just take a
for-
one. Take that
For my
one.
metagaming knowledge, may I know if he's on the initiative order?
He is.
Excellent. No remorse.
Oh god, where would he go? I mean, he would go right before Rajata, technically, with the 35. So, before Rajata will do that, but he's gonna interrupt this. So she goes to continue to bite. But as Ubanu goes like, I don't care, kill them. You need to pay me. That's what you owe me. The school owes me, and they wouldn't pay me, so you are going to pay me. And I don't care if that's in blood. And he is going to pull out from this, like, and he's wearing this, like, smock, this heavy forging smock that is bulging with all sorts of different things. And he's going to grab one of these, well, bombs, for lack of a better term, and going to...
Not the alchemist.
The alchemist.
Full metal alchemist.
He's evil like Nazi.
And he goes and throws it knowing that this will not bother Rajata at all. He
Cool.
goes and throws
So I made
it
it worse.
into the far corner. So it's gonna go towards Ark and Hideaki.
I love
He's
that.
gonna do a Alchemist's Fire, and I don't know what happens when I click this, but it's gonna. No,
I love
that
that.
just tells me that there's 8 of them. That helps me not at all. Oh, there it is.
It's probably a ranged attack.
It is. It is. I just was looking at the wrong
No, it's
spot.
melee. It's
Thank you.
100% melee.
He's actually gonna run in. You know what? No, he can't reach you, so he's gonna go and do this at the first person he sees, which is unfortunately Arafe. That is going to be a 38 to hit.
Jesus Christ.
That is a critical hit against me. Not surprising.
Wow.
Okay,
Thank
fantastic.
God you have 12 extra HP.
I
Yeah.
mean, I'm a beefy lady right now.
Had 12 extra hit points.
Okay, I've never played an alchemist, so you're gonna have to bear with me.
That's fair.
Take your
It's
time.
a-
Take your
on
time.
a crit, it's a lot, too, so get ready.
Yeah, so critical damage is going to be 24 points of fire damage that explodes on you. You also get 4 persistent fire damage as you catch fire with this alchemical fire.
So does that happen immediately for me then, or on my turn? Like, how does persistent
Um,
work?
I think you take it now, and then you're going to continue to take it unless you put it out.
That's how I've
Okie
always
dokie.
done it.
And I'm
then,
assuming it's just an action to put it out.
I believe so. I'll check, or Waffles can check. But also, the fire splash damage is that does Arafe take that as well?
I
Fire
believe so.
splash damage?
Okay.
I was like,
As this splashes out, is there a range 20 splashes just within a 5-foot next to it? So nobody's close enough to Arafe to get hit by this splash damage, but you also take an additional 6 points of splash damage.
Okay, so you gave me 36 points of damage.
Yes, she will
Man,
for sure
in my
take
head.
the
There we
splash
go.
damage. It says all creatures
All right, so I went
within 5 feet.
I went from 98 to 62.
It's not even nice.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. So because he's a quick bomber, he interacts, and okay, yeah, that takes 1 action.
Oh wow, so he doesn't have the interact action, then throw. He's
Quick bomber. He's like,
That's wow. Okay.
He's just flinging
Yikes.
them out of a bandolier.
You know what? I just want to apologize to everyone because this is my fault. I really am so sorry.
and
GM
then-
really just said I'm gonna fight fire with fire.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
shot
you-
a bunch
oh,
of
you
fire,
crit?
so now you're
You
gonna
crit?
get a
You
bunch.
crit,
Now you're
bro?
gonna get a bunch of fire. No, you set the city on fire. I'm gonna set you on fire.
I'm
now.
setting you on fire. Yeah, no, I feel great. I feel great about it. Well, we're changing
He
things.
steps forward. This is the stupidest thing. I
Sorry,
love him
Luke.
so much.
I love it.
I like him a lot. I just want to say.
He's the best. And he's going to kind of just call out, Rajata, my good girl, you got this. He's gonna guidance Rajata.
Okay.
See, like,
Oh my
okay,
god.
you know, I'm away.
Oh my god. Okay, so that's gonna be his turn because he 1 action to come in through the door. And then it's Rajata's turn, who goes and finally finishes chomping on. I'm gonna have way too much fun with this.
love it.
He's a chaos agent, and it's
I
cracking me up.
love it.
Oh no! See, yeah, see. Okay,
Let's just kill him.
I don't want to. I want to be friends with him.
I will very much say that. Well, no, we leave these kinds of tidbits for after.
Yeah. Let's see how it resolves first of all.
Yeah. So Rajata's just gonna go ahead and jaw chomp you, first and foremost. So
Who is you?
that
you?
Which one?
Overnosa. She was in the midst of it. She kind of like waited for that. She has does she still have the -1?
Yep, still have the -1. 'cause
Yeah,
that's-
Okay,
she's-
so that's
she's
gonna be
there.
canceled out by the guidance. And that is going to be a 22 to hit.
22 misses.
Even the feared AC.
Oh, that's right. Hold on. Let me double check. It's gonna be close. I was at the wrong thing. Hold on.
That's right.
You said 22? Oh god, I think that just hits.
Yeah, I also think it is exactly on it.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, guidance, because otherwise it would have been a 21.
Yeah. That's exactly 100%
So I
correct.
did happen to roll high damage, so that is going to be 24 points of piercing damage as she chomps on Overnosa, and
Okay.
because Overnosa is still feared.
Yeah.
We said that last time, I believe.
Yeah,
Fear
one.
ones.
Fear one.
I don't know why I'm only rolling 3s on my d6s, but another 3 points of damage as well.
Okay, got it.
Oh, that means
I'd
that
like to
crit
point out
would have
that the
been
person that I-
48 points of damage.
Yeah.
I'd like to point out the one person I didn't lifelink to is the only.
This
person
this
taking
happens to you
damage.
literally every time. Every time this is what happens. Syrup comes for you this way.
This time, it was not GM's choice. It's the only
true.
one that's still feared.
It's true. It's true. It's true. It was a good choice. I have a question.
Yes.
So, because obviously when Overnosa gets his, I get hit. I get hit. I did cast shield on myself, however.
That is
But I don't
shielded
think-
around you,
Right,
but you
right,
shared damage,
Right.
so it's not
I
gonna
didn't think
impact.
so, but considering the situation, I had to ask.
Worth the ask,
Yes, of
Hunter.
course.
Yeah, I think-
And
I
what was the
think-
damage again? I'm so sorry.
What was the damage again? He asked.
It's 24, right? You said
No, it was 24 plus 3.
So 27. Okay.
Yeah, I think the exact words on that are
Yeah. I wanted to make sure.
Overnosa takes damage and you share
Yep.
the HP pool, basically.
Yep. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, he's bleeding a lot.
Okay, so Hideaki's not looking great. Excellent. So that was just one.
Yeah, keep going.
So now we're going to
Kill him. Kill Hideaki.
Yeah. 49 out of 86. Bring it. Come on.
I think it's going to be okay, 2 claw attacks follow that up, as that is and this is with multiple attack penalty, I promise. 29.
Hit.
I'm just gonna roll both here.
I'm gonna use my reaction.
Okay.
As the mask on Tal's hip shifts and changes and briefly looks like Overnosa's face for a moment, as a strange wave of bad luck washes over this cat. They need to re-roll and take the worst results.
Let's fucking go.
Ooh, let's
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
All right. so
They
I'm
do
gonna roll
like him.
that.
But I will
becomes a-
say, Tal is not looking at Overnosa. Tal is looking at Hideaki, because
I bet.
Hideaki looks
Yes.
worse than
Yes.
Overnosa's.
Yeah.
So that is going to be a 27 instead.
Still hits.
Fuck!
So 2 less.
It's worth a shot.
Yes. And that is going to be 12 points of slashing damage.
How you looking?
Like 30.
37 out of 86.
And now the second one, or the third one
Yeah, third
technically.
one. Yep.
And with this, how long does the disadvantage last? Was it just for that one?
I think
It-
probably
for the whole
that
turn.
reaction. Ooh, good question.
That's
a tough
for-
question.
It was a reaction. It was just for
So it's just that one reroll.
that one roll that was a successful attack roll, saving throw, or skill check. So it was just for that one.
Just misfortune on that one.
So like, you know how there's times where Waffles rolls like crap? Because it's roll 20 that just like gives that luck to me instead. So with multiple attack penalty, that is a 29.
Good.
Yeah. That hits.
That is 17 points of slashing damage.
I have to be the one to ask this. Do they take extra points of damage because they're feared still every time? Okay.
1 and 1. Shit you not. So 2 more points.
So you're in the
I'll screenshot
20s
that
now?
shit.
I was in the 20s.
Yep.
You're in the
And then you
single
took 2
digits
damage.
now.
Yeah, exactly. I'm at 18. So as like, because I've always looked at this as like when like Overnosa gets attacked, it just kind of like flashes through him and it just appears like on him. So he's just covered and like just cries out in pain and like he's covered in these wounds. And R2, you hear a familiar phrase that you've once said as he looks at the cat and looks at Firepot Ubanu. Firepot Ubanu. Is that all you got?
I think Firepot Ubanu is just like, and he's like sweating and with the angriest face, and he's like, no, I can do more, and like he's fully like taking this in and be like, and you see him like reaching in to grabbing even more of these alchemist bombs.
Great.
Fucking
my
ridiculous
turn?
character.
I really
Tal,
like him
it's
a
your
lot.
turn.
It's okay, great. I'm gonna run straight towards Ubanu, and I would like to try to grapple him to the ground, please.
Please do.
How do I do that?
What an incredible delay. I'm gonna do this. That. How do I do that?
Okay.
Okay. So you are going to you're gonna run at him and you're going to do an athletics check.
Yeah. 12.
You run at him. What does it look like? You're trying to grab him and he's just,
Yeah.
Don't touch
Yeah.
me! What are you doing?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. 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 Can I use my last action to attempt to do so again?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Set a -4.
I will add some flavor here
Okay.
that as you run up directly to Ubanu, and you try to like kind of grab him, you are up close and the smell of sulfur hits your nose and you realize this man reeks of sulfur himself.
He's a devil.
Or takes very interesting baths.
It's probably very interesting, Beth.
Yeah. Okay. It was so bad, y'all. It was such a bad roll. It was
You have a
really
hero
bad.
You do have a
I
hero
sh-
point.
I will be the voice of reason and say it's probably not worth it.
No,
You're at
it's
a
not.
-4 anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So with a -4, that's a 7. I rolled a 2.
He's like taking these alchemical bombs that he has in his hand, and he just has like one leg up. And you look at this man, and he, as you kind of are watching this struggle, and it feels genuinely almost comical for how bad Hideaki looks and the severity of the situation. That there's this comical moment as like Ubanu has his one leg up, like kind of pushing Tal away with his leg as he's trying to hold on to all of these bombs, and he's just like, get away from me.
Excellent. Now, you tell me, Syrup, if this is something Nim wouldn't do.
Okay.
But did you say how does he have all of these like alchemical explosive things attached to him? Is there like a bandolier? Is there like
Yeah, he has them all over his body. He has them in the pocket of his very thick forging smock, like very, very like it's the equivalent of like padded armor, like very like heavy smock.
Gotcha.
He has some he has a belt around him that has some on there, as well as like a bandolier. So you
Gotcha.
see a total of like 11 other things across his body.
Great. So this is what I'm envisioning, and you let me know if Nim does anything different. You know how in many cartoons, if there's like a squirrel that's around and it gets a little annoyed, it jumps like on a person and just kind of like runs around on their face and their shoulders, and it's just a menace. That's kind of what I'm envisioning now that we're this close.
Yeah. Nim immediately, like, as his one foot is like pushing you away and you're trying to grab onto this foot, Nim jumps off your shoulder and starts like crawling up Ubanu's leg. Are you wanting to be distracting?
I think so. I think that makes more sense than being actually like damaging.
Okay.
But yes, being the most obnoxious distraction possible.
Can you do like a let's do an acrobatics check to just try to stay on, and then that'll determine whether or not Ubanu is basically flat-footed.
And this was, since they don't have it specifically here, it's the bonus is my ability score plus my level?
Yes.
Yes, I believe so.
So dex plus level?
Yes.
Okay. So 10. Okay. 16 for the wee thing.
Okay. I will say he is on Ubanu, but on Ubanu's turn, it will not be... he doesn't have enough purchase. I think on Ubanu's turn, he'll be able to shake him off. I will let him be on there until his turn.
Okay.
So that does mean that until Ubanu's next turn, he is flat-footed.
Huzzah!
Airfay.
Okay. So there's this.
Wait, sorry. Was that the end? I keep doing that to you. I'm so sorry.
Oh yeah,
I'm
no,
so
no,
sorry.
that was it.
Okay. Please continue.
Is it my turn now?
Go. Sorry.
Do it.
Okay. So Airfay is currently on fire, which is great. And I think I saw I take the damage at the end of the turn, right? So I have a minute to take care of this. So essentially, Airfay is just going to slowly walk towards this man on fire.
Yes.
And call up Rin to get as large as she can around her. I don't know if I need to do this, but essentially I just want her to try and grab him by the throat and tell him to call off your cat.
Oh my god. Okay. To resolve this, Waffles is persistent damage at the top of the turn, at the end of the turn?
End of the turn.
Yeah,
End of the turn. Okay, good. So you step forth, and there is this comical moment of him trying to shake off Tal, and now this ferret thing that's all climbing all over him, and he kind of turns as this looming, shadowed figure
Who's also
steps
on fire.
forth. Also on fire.
Scarier.
Are you intimidating by chance?
That is the intention.
Then let's do that intimidation check.
Okay. So, question, the thing I messaged you about. That one?
I don't know what that background does. Yes. You know what? Yes. Do it.
Okay.
Do it.
Excellent. Excellent. I'm like, there are things I can't say out loud. GM, can I do this?
Yes, you may.
Suspicion eyes.
Oh, hot fucking damn. Let's go. Natural 20 for a 32.
Let's go.
Let's go. Only nat 20 intimidations only in this house.
Your hand, enshrouded by shadow, reaches forth and grabs Ubanu by the neck. Larger than life, this shadow, and we all hear not Airfay's voice, but Rin's voice say, "Call off your cat." Ubanu stops mid-motion, kind of stumbling backwards on one foot, but can't get far from the hand around his neck, and he looks up. And then it's an odd moment because most times, even with a shadow, people look at Airfay. but Ubanu looks up at the shadowed head looming over her. And that's where we're gonna go to break.
Dude, it's already break time? Like, oh my god.
Welcome back. Dun, dun, dun.
Bum, bum.
Moments ago, just now, right this very moment,
How could it be moments ago and
intruder.
just now? Sorry.
Because time is
I
relative.
just had to know.
an enshrouded Arafe, larger than life as the shadow stretches up over her, steps forth, grabs Ubanu by the throat, and orders him to get his cat to stop attacking. Ubanu, staring up at the shrouded figure, like not breaking eye contact, and at this point actually probably flicking his eyes between yours, Arafe, and the shadowy figures above you. Rajata, go to bed. go to bed, and like snaps his fingers over there without looking. And Rajata kind of slinks back over to this like large cage that's over there and like slinks into it reluctantly and goes and lays down.
Do they close their own gate? Like the like
No,
the door?
Gate's still open. And then you see him
I
kind
will-
of swallow hard.
I will say for anybody who is watching Arafe too, as this is happening, the kind of the curse glow that's around her is not pure white like it usually is. It is tinged a like darker gray.
Oh yeah.
Technically it is not the cat's turn, so we'll like say it turns towards that direction. I
Sure.
forgot we're still in initiative, so but yes.
And then I will use my last action to attempt to put myself out.
That's smart.
Seeing as that has like worked and Ubanu's like swallowing hard and just a little like clearly intimidated by this, you're not able to sort of like keep the shadow form high
No.
above you, right? She kind of
No.
comes back down,
Yeah.
and you begin to put yourself out.
And I failed, by the way. So
Too much energy in the other way.
I got an 11.
That's amazing.
So you said it's 4 persistent?
Hold on. If you
Yep.
if you went to help put yourself out, it reduces the DC to 10, and it's just a flat check.
They can't help themselves.
They can't help them. Okay. It's probably a GM call. I thought if you like patted the fire on yourself or something, like you can put it up.
Oh, I thought it was.
It's
think
not
that's
it's not
the
an
action.
official aid. It's taking any actions to help put out the fire. Like if you went and jumped in water, like.
Oh, so like it on a flat 15, it would go out by itself, or if you're
Yeah.
trying to put it out,
Yes.
it would be a 10.
Understood.
The same with like
Oh, okay.
flat 15 for persistent bleeding. It just claws.
Oh,
or like
I
flies.
see. Okay. So because
so
I'm
yeah, it's a
taking an
flat
action to
check.
put myself out, it's
Yes.
DC 10.
Flat-
okay.
flat
Well, then I
check.
do succeed because I rolled an 11.
Yay! Huzzah!
Huzzah! I am no longer on fire.
Yeah.
And because you succeed, I think it's just gonna be this sort of like very like smooth, just sort of like wiping the flames off of you and like stopping them, just like okay. So I want to ask, as this happens, the immediate moment Ubanu seems to have stopped, Rajata seems to have stopped. Are you looking to continue in initiative in this moment?
Arc is not.
I will let everybody have a vote.
Arafe would back down.
Tao would also back down but is like really eyeing all of these bits and bobs on this funny little dude and wishes to part them from his person as quickly as possible.
Yep. Hideaki's. Well, ironically, we're talking about fire here. His resolve is unshaken. He is making direct eye contact with Overnosa right now. I recognize that because it's that cat's turn hasn't gone, like you haven't moved them yet.
Well, I need to know if you're staying in initiative or not. Because if you are, then I need to know. I want everybody to have their turn before your turn. So just
yeah.
I'll drop below
in character. Yes, he's staying in initiative.
Okay.
Okay.
So given that, we're gonna say an initiative. Arafe, your turn's over. Ark, you are dropping an initiative below Hideaki?
Yes.
Okay.
Because Ark would just be waiting until we came out of initiative, basically. So I think that's the right call.
Understood. Then Hideaki, it's your turn.
Around Overnosa, there was that like original during Protect Companion there was this like kind of blue spectral like arcane shield around him. He like flicks his wrist and that particular energy sort of begins to almost like engulf Overnosa in this like purple gossamer that sort of looks to be like shielding around him. He's gonna cast Sanctuary on Overnosa. And just look at Overnosa and then cast shield on himself.
Okay.
That's it.
That's your turn?
Yep.
Ark?
Ark's gonna drop below Ubanu, and then if Ubanu doesn't do anything, he's gonna drop below the cat.
Okay.
Basically, I'm good to say Ark's out of initiative. I just want to make sure you know that I'm trying to take my turn after anything goes off.
Yeah, he's waiting on the cat essentially. Hideaki.
Yeah. So as I mentioned, the cat has stopped and is gonna go back to the thing. So if you're not going to be doing any like aggressive actions, then we are going to go ahead and drop out of initiative.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah. The reason why I stayed is because like in character he doesn't know that. Does that make sense? Like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Just want to make sure.
So, in this moment, Ubanu's just kind of like sputtering a little bit. You finally come for some vengeance, eh?
We've come to talk. There
You
was
really
no
don't-
intention for violence.
Well, feel free. So I'll move the cat. I know you had intents to do stuff, Tal, as well. So we're gonna kind of like, since we're out of initiative, just moving into like role play. But please tell me if you're gonna like do stuff.
I would like Arc 2 to make a perception check.
I'll do that. 25.
As the cat moves away from Overnosa, you just see that look that's between Hideaki and Overnosa, and you just see him just very slowly shake his head. Just barely.
Okay. Noted.
Well, I don't want to talk. I want what is owed to me. So pay up.
What is owed to you?
300 gold.
Why?
Why? Because two students came and from the Magaambya and said that they were going to need something. They needed a substance that could neutralize acid, magical acid, and said that break it down or something. Like, they didn't know what they were talking about, but they said that they had they were good for the money and that the school would pay for them. They said that they were students in some so-called advanced studies class, and
So because they were students, you believe that they were students?
They convinced me. I didn't want to at first, but they were students. They said they were, and then I went to the school, and they don't want to pay me.
So how it works at the Magaambya is Zokon buys everything. We don't purchase anything.
But that's not my fault. You still owe me.
What do these students look like?
Yeah.
Real quick, as he says advanced studies class,
Mm-hmm.
you all as students here know, there is no advanced
Yeah.
study. There's nothing so
That's why I
generic.
didn't even ask. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 100%. He does begin to kind of very carefully walk over.
I remember their names. They're Oyo and Metembe. They said, I don't know, one has, blue, and at this point we'll say that you're also, like, moving,
Into
care-
chambers. Yeah.
Sorry, my mouse is being stupid. Moving into the next, like, he kind of walks backwards into his room. And so let me just kind of like fix the map a hot second. Let's kind of get you all
Yeah, take your time.
situated. We'll do this.
As you're doing that, before Arafe would move in, she'll, can we come in?
Fine, but if you... he's just like angrily like huffs you off. You walk into this area. This room is a mixture of a lab, an arcane study, a forge. There is so much going on here. There's a basin rising out of the floor. You kind of see near the north end, filled with like burning red hot coal. It's ringed with all sorts of half-finished weapons. Another part of the room has shelves and a stone workbench. There's singed papers strewn across everything, and this room heavily smells like sulfur. As you kind of all filter in here a little after Ubanu, you look behind you and you do notice that Rajada is not following you. And to your north, there is another wide iron gated like door as well.
Really quick, as like Hideaki like walks through like the threshold, he looks back at the cat and does like that classic fourth grade like like pop off.
In your head, telepathically, there's like so he kind of sits down on one of these crates. The short one is a blue robe, has a purple sash, belt.
Doesn't tell us what their ancestry is or what they look like.
I don't know. What do you want from me? And like he starts yelling, immediately kind of stands back up.
I understand that you are extremely frustrated. This is not a good thing that happened to you. But please understand that we are aware that these people aren't part of the school. So the school can't be held responsible. But we, she points to everyone, would very much like to help you fix this. The school can't pay you, but perhaps we can help find the people who owe you money.
Why can't the school pay me?
Because they're not students.
That's not. They said they were students?
So if one of your minotaurs came to me and said that he was coming for you, and you bought 300 gold from me, do you have to pay me?
I'm not a school. I am not responsible for my...
And we are not responsible for people who don't go to the school.
Someone has to pay me! He just starts yelling louder.
And we would like to help you.
We are also not a school.
Then pay me.
Are you going to pay me for these injuries and the blood that's all over your floor? That's your fault, isn't it?
Ark is gonna attempt to tactfully interrupt. Tell me if it doesn't happen. But he is gonna say, I believe what Darfe just said is one of your minotaurs wanted to buy a rock from me for 300 gold. And so I think we're even. Paid up?
That's not...
He said he worked for you.
He wasn't buying it for me.
And they were not buying it for us.
So it's
But we would like to help you the way we can without the school being responsible for people who don't work with us. So let us help you find these people, and perhaps we can fix all of this. I can make diplomacy checks if you want me to.
yeah. Give me some diplomacy. Give me some diplomacy.
I will abstain from this roll.
I am too, because I'm being intimidating.
Fair enough. That is a 29.
Nice.
Yes. With this hothead, the DC was 28, so that was absolutely successful. So he kind of like sits back down, and you don't think that he is going to be long for, like, he's not calm. He's gonna get angry again.
Is he ever
but
calm?
you think you got through to him enough that he's not. He is holding himself back for as much as that is worth, you know. What is this music?
I think it's
I love it.
perfect.
I love
This
it.
is
I think it's great.
This was my suspense music, but now that we're finally out of that suspenseful situation of him being mad,
I don't know. It's still pretty suspenseful to me.
I'll play some super goofy music. Hold on.
Oh, nice, nice.
No. So he kind of looks at you, RFA. Actually, as he does describe what these two looked like, does everybody want to make me like a whoever wants to. It's a recall knowledge check to see if it's familiar to you. See if it's something that you've seen before or
Yes.
is familiar to you.
Yes.
But
Yes.
I'm trying to think what role that would be. I mean, I'm gonna make it like a argue anything you want for me. I'm gonna say like society makes sense to me because it's
Okay.
like thinking back over stuff
Over
that
time.
you've seen around people.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay.
I got a 19, so I'm assuming probably not, just because Pathfinder DCs are high.
Yeah. I didn't get much better. I got a 20.
I got even worse.
Nice.
I'll roll. Hold on.
I believe in you.
25.
Not-
Mark saved us.
It was the Maria believe in you. That was the difference maker right there. That was a +5 actually. So
Okay. My God, that number just immediately left my brain. What was
25.
it? 25. Thank you.
We're gonna be orc.
Okay. You're thinking back. I will let you know. Right now, nothing strikes a bell. But it's ruminating. It's ruminating.
cool. So besides the robes, he hasn't really described their ancestry at all, right? Like, just making sure. I'm
Correct.
reading through.
I think he kind of just shrugs and says, human?
Yeah, because he was like, I don't remember. yeah.
Human question mark.
Did they have fur or
No, they didn't have fur.
reptilian skin?
No.
Okay.
I said human. Didn't I say human? I said human.
Maybe.
You said a lot of things, but you're very loud.
Yeah. I don't.
Yeah, and he is very loud in this echoing kind of cavern.
Art does
clearly
not
don't
like it.
remember this. You clearly don't remember this. So maybe we can do something completely different.
What do you mean I don't remember this? I remember it clearly.
Yep, sure.
I remember their
great.
names, Oyo and
100%.
Matembe.
Yep, you do.
Oyo
Yep,
and
you
Matembe.
totally do. Yeah, you
Did they
definitely remember those.
did they mention besides the school if they were going anywhere or what they planned to do? Anything
They
more
said-
specific?
I'll repeat myself. I said that they were going to look for something that would neutralize and break down
Acids.
powerful acids,
Yeah.
and they were studying some kind of magical acid, and they didn't know what they were talking about. I thought they were cure for a teacher or something like that.
Okay.
Let me ask you a different question. It kind of like pans to like all this. What's all this for? Like what is this to you? This shop, those minotaurs, this setup, this cave.
This is my
mountain?
work.
Your work, right? And your work means something to you, right?
Yes.
Good. We could probably work together to make this even better. So I'm
So
actually going to propose something very different, having nothing to do with whoever the fuck Oyo Mitembe is. Two things. Because before you even got into this deal, you did something else. For several years, you did something else. Which is you tried to get into the Magaambya. 5 years ago, 4 years ago, 3 years ago, right?
Yes, I've got magic in my blood.
Okay.
I always have. I've always wondered what it would be like to learn to use it in a formal education.
What happened 2 years ago, or 1 year ago? Why'd you stop applying? This?
So they kept rejecting me.
All right. You said there's magic in your blood?
Yes.
Give me an example. Give me a demonstration. Show me.
You immediately
My
set
computer.
on fire.
He cast fireball at me.
Spontaneously combust.
Show me like this. Fireball.
Fate takes a couple steps away from Hideaki.
Okay. Here, do you all like kind of move back?
Hideaki doesn't.
Art doesn't.
Okay. It kind of just stares at the ground in front of him, and assuming you're kind of standing as you are here on the map still, which is just sort of like kind of in a ring around. He stands up and he kind of plants his feet and he starts kind of like huffing to himself, and he puts his hands out, and in the center of this sort of semicircle of you all that are standing here, a sphere of flame begins to like rotate and emerge and grow in size, and there is a full 5-foot square of flame that is just rolling on this. See?
Very good.
Yeah, that's...
Can you put it out also?
He was like kind of turning red as he begins to hold, like he was holding his breath, trying so hard to be like as impressive as possible. I mean, yes.
That's very good.
All right. That was really impressive.
As you all know, I believe, I'm trying to think exactly what that was here.
Fireball.
Yeah, that is a 2nd level flaming sphere.
Got it. Yep, I do have that spell. I know exactly what it is.
I assume that's a wizard
That's a
spell, so
decent
Airface's like,
amount.
it's
Definitely a wizard. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yay! More
it's-
congratulations.
For him, it's kind of knowing meta or not doesn't really
Yeah.
matter.
Yeah.
It's
It's like
primal,
a
primal for him.
Nice.
Oh,
nice,
then
nice.
I might know that actually.
Mhm.
And
That's a-
there's a... Good.
That's a pretty powerful amount of magic.
Kind of twirls his mustache happily. Proud, a little proud.
But they couldn't
Well, then
catch it
why?
easily, so it is not worth much.
But here's the thing about that arc too.
He stands up immediately. What do you?
Hold on. I've got this. Even though arc 2 is right, there's a way to get better at that. What about, and I'm not going to speak for everybody here, so I'll just speak for myself. What if we go through this process one more time and I sponsor you and write you a letter of recommendation to the Magaambya?
I will not.
If you can guarantee me entrance to the school, then I will consider the debt paid.
He reaches out a hand. He says, "Done."
No,
No.
Shakes it.
we can't guarantee that. We do not have that power.
No, we don't. But I think I can.
Well, if you don't, then you still owe me.
That's not how getting scammed works.
That's true.
Unfortunately. But
Firepot Ubanu, did not get scammed, and he starts to kind of get up and raise his voice again.
Art's gonna walk out of the room.
I'm gonna cast Calm Emotion on him.
Bless you.
Yes.
God. I was going to cast Gouging Claw on him to call him down in 2 seconds.
Now, that is a...
That's a
What's it?
it's a will saving throw DC 22. Watch him break it.
This is when I should have saved my
23.
mask. Damn it!
So it's it would be a -1 on his attack rolls, but I'm not gonna sustain it. So
yeah. So and you kind of, in this magic where you're trying to calm him, you feel this fiery temper, the same almost temper that Tal felt when they did that psychic resonance. This man, and I want to take a quick moment for all of you. This man, whoever, maybe not Hideaki, but you all get an idea very quickly why he was likely rejected so many times from the Magaambya. He cannot contain his temper. Anything sets him off. He is truly a firepot. Now you also understand the name and the nickname. He is a fireball in a human form. That is his energy. And that is not to say that you don't think there is a chance you can get him into the school, especially if you sponsor him or try to, I would probably say you'd think it would be a conversation with Janatimo at the very least.
Yep.
So it is absolutely a way forward. But you also can imagine what all comes of this.
Totally.
Yeah. Just wanted that very clear.
I have a
As
small
he's-
question real quick before we move forward.
Yeah.
Feel free to tell me there's no way for them to know this, but is it anything similar to... Is it even relatable or anything similar to what Arafe felt when Art attacked them with the Wrath rune? Like, just in
interesting.
comparison.
The calm emotion spell specifically, like the reaction
Or you
to
said
it?
she like felt a fiery emotion pushing back and stuff, and so like I was just trying to like draw a comparison.
Because I never casted anything on Arc, but the emotion was directed in my direction.
Yeah, I think you could absolutely draw that parallel. Like there
Okay.
is, you are in tune with magic, Arafe, and you cast this emotion spell right now. Just because you brought this up, Waffles, and I love it as flavor. Arafe, I would very much like you to roll me an Arcana check.
Oh, good. Okay.
Maybe though. Maybe this training.
Maybe-
You just had a whole lot of training.
Yeah,
with
teach
Teacher
your odd time.
You got
yeah.
this.
Okay. I'm gonna use a hero point because I will refuse that too.
Let's go.
Okay.
Mhm. Take instead this one.
That will be a 22. I rolled a 14 instead.
22. When you cast emotion magic, as with all your magic, there are the foundational runes of magic that you utilize. The interaction of the failure of this calm emotions bouncing off of this tempered man lights a sort of like spark. Everybody's magic presents differently, whether it's tendrils of darkness, whether it's runic incantations, but at the core of every single piece of magic is the components that make magic are runes that make magic. So even through Tal's grim tendrils, at their core are runes. And at the core of this one, glowing so briefly, the bouncing off of Firepot Ubanu is a familiar rune that you have seen in its basic form on Ark's face.
Hell yeah. That's awesome.
Ark, make a perception check for me.
Ark's outside of the room, so I will not.
Oh, you're right. You wouldn't see it at
Yep.
all. Never mind. I forgot about that. You left.
Okay. Ark, you're just standing like by the door, like Rajada is just making eye contact at you.
Totally.
Ark like
Staring down the cat.
weapon sheathes is like just making eye contact with the cat.
He just looks at the cat and goes,
One
it's not
eyebrow
what's
raises.
happening, but if anyone's ever seen the Chronicles of Riddick, it's just
Yep.
he's just kind of staring it in the eyes and says, "It's a bee sting."
Excellent.
all right. I would like to make it clear, and she will like make a shot look at Hideaki. We cannot guarantee that you'll get into the school. We will help the best we can, but can I give you a piece of advice?
He stares at you in like silence, like, fine.
They will not accept students that cannot control themselves. The anger may be the problem. You are extremely talented, and that is holding you back.
You see the bubbling of anger of
Yep.
like, I can hold. Like then you said you were extremely, and he thought he knew what was coming next, and that talented like definitely
That's
his
incredible.
butt sits back down on the
Incredible
crate.
Like
If
you,
you... Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say you actually like he doesn't say anything, but he's just like you just see this like look of pride on Hideaki's face, like but it also says like fuck, I should have thought of that.
You could be great. You could be accepted. But if you can't control yourself, they won't let you in. So work on that, as well as the wealth of talent you have in yourself, and you won't need us. But we'll help.
I can control myself. I am
You can.
perfectly
She says,
capable.
She's going to like look at him like, girl, fucking please. Honesty with
He
yourself
just crosses
is
his
important
arms.
too. But I think you have extreme potential. You're the only one in your way right now. And you can do this.
I am not in my own way. I am
Angry.
I will wait for your letter.
And we will write one.
What are your names?
I am Arafe. This is Tal. The Promiser is Hideaki.
Hideaki and
Ark-
Kolta.
And Ark is the one that was here before.
He kind of like almost kind of as soon as he was like waiting for Hideaki's the name to be said, and as soon as Hideaki's name was said, he kind of stands up and reaches another hand out. Hideaki.
That brings me to point number 2, and he reaches into his robe and nope, that's covered in blood. Nope, hold on, give me 1 second. And like he like fans out these like bloody covered cards and finds one that's not covered in blood. But also, I have a business that I was just thinking just a second ago, man, what would make hang gliders even cooler if they appeared to be on fire? So
Hal's gonna take 3 steps forward and put a hand on the hand that's extending a card and push it down back towards Hideaki and say, maybe we take it 1 step at a time?
Welcome to our new business, Phoenix Hang Gliders.
I ever wanted to throw an explosive from a very high... Never mind.
No,
Tal,
wait. I
like,
think I
push
can
it-
do something like that, right? Because you said you wanted it to look like it's on fire, but is
Right.
it bad if it's actually on fire? Because
It's
hold
probably
on,
would-
and he goes over to like his
Uh-huh.
desk and just pushes a bunch of papers off. Wait, no,
Hideaki,
you get
maybe
me into the
time
Magaambya first.
time and place, Hideaki.
I mean, I'm coming back here. What other time? What's it going to be?
Never?
No, I won't fall for these schemes. You could be lying to me too. I want proof that I am accepted, and then we'll talk.
I am going to admit, you are probably going to have to write a letter of apology to the school.
I will do no such thing.
You set buildings on
You
fire.
set buildings on fire.
Yes, and it worked. I went
you
to the
set
Magaambya and I
buildings
tried
on
to
fire.
talk, and they didn't do anything. And then I set buildings on fire, and look, you are here.
He spins around to Arafan Tout. He's right.
You are not helping Hideaki. Again,
I will wait
punishing people
for
who
your
didn't do
letters
anything. Okay.
of acceptance or whatever recommendation. You tell me if I need to go to the school. I have work to do now. Good day.
All right. Remember what we talked about.
And like
And
under his
everybody will
breath,
turn
I
and
think
leave.
I think I just helped just fine. Whatever.
And there's a trap on the way out. Don't step on the boulders.
We're aware.
Okay. he mumbles it like you were like, oh man, okay.
Is Tal still in the room?
Yeah. Before Tal goes out, Tal's gonna say to Ubanu, you know, it's not your fault that they tricked you. Plenty of very smart and powerful people get tricked all the time. They just knew what to tell you.
His back was like to you, and he was like writing stuff on his desk, like trying to be like, I'm busy. And you see, though, even though he doesn't turn around, you see his like pen stop moving.
You don't have to be... And Tal almost says embarrassed, but thinks better of it, and pauses for like a moment. There's nothing to be ashamed of.
There's this like momentary pause, but then you hear, good. Not ashamed. I have work to do.
Tal rolls their eyes. There's like a momentary like glance over at Hideaki, who I'm assuming hasn't really made any motions to leave yet.
Zero motion to leave.
An audible and visual sigh. God, I wish I could cast a message spell to you. Oh, no, what Tal will do, because I haven't done this and I want to do this, is I'm going to use one of Nim's master abilities.
Ooh, that sounds fancy.
Yeah. Oh wait, do I need to do that? Yes, I do. And I'm going to cast a touch spell on Nim and have Nim scamper over to Hideaki up on your shoulder and touch you and transfer a spell to you. And this spell is, hang on, I know which one it is. Inflicts wounds. No.
Yes.
Mind link.
Stars.
It's
Personal
incredible.
favorite spell.
So that I link my mind to the target's mind and mentally impart to that target an amount of information in an instant that could otherwise be communicated in 10 minutes.
What's the speech?
All right, Neo, we're gonna inject kung fu into your brain.
40 psychic damage.
It's not going to be a 10-minute monologue. However, the only thing that comes in as the spell goes through, assuming you're a willing creature.
He's too curious not to be.
Okay.
He likes him too.
You hear Tal's voice say, "You don't have to prove anything, Hideaki. You don't have to fix every problem, especially when they might not deserve it. So just keep that in mind and don't dig yourself or us into any more trouble."
Can I respond in kind, or is it just one?
No.
No.
It's just me imparting information to you, and then Nim kind of starts to scamper away.
No, we just plugged in the the thumb drive. You just get the info. You don't get to send it
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Read,
this ain't
read,
message,
not right.
baby. Exactly.
Read, not right.
Exactly.
Nim
You got the
jumps
burn
off
CD.
of your shoulder. Kind of lands actually in front of you, Hideaki.
Mhm.
Stares up at you. You swear he's like looking at you to like communicate. Like he's about to like, and then you just see him slowly shake his head and then bound off over back to town.
Oh.
As soon as Nim comes back to me, by the way, I'm gonna just turn and
Head out.
walk out.
And
Mhm.
can I smallly interrupt here, Azark?
Yeah.
As Erfe and Tal both come out of the room, Ark will just say, "Do you think their names are enough information? They could be
No.
lying."
I don't think it's enough, but I don't think he
either.
has more to give us right now.
I
Okay.
agree. It is something.
And we can ask around and see if maybe these are real names or pseudonyms that they use, but
I think the acid is more of a track that we could probably more reliably follow.
agreed.
Because if they're trying to break some kind of, or break down some kind of very powerful acidic something, that I think would stand out a little bit more.
And
Tell
I
make
think
me a Arcana or Nature check.
and I
I
think
would
on top
put Arcana.
and I think on top of it, if we told the school, they may be concerned that there's people out there using their name and claiming to be from us to get things. So the school
That
may
I
want to get
agree.
involved too.
I'm sure it
28.
happens a lot.
28. An acid that breaks down something. Wait, somebody else told you about an acid that specifically meant to break things down.
Yes, I wrote it down.
The Uranati friends,
Yeah.
that room in the Hababe
In
building,
the Bobby building. Yep.
had some remnants of a very strong acid.
That's what I was gonna ask if this check was filled. Like, was it part of that ritual or whatever?
Mm.
So were they, okay, I want to clarify for me, for my
Yeah.
player brain. Did they come to ask for an acid to break down something, or they came to find something that could break down an acid?
No, your Uranati friends helped you
the
all
people-
identify.
The people who came to see Ubanu.
Oh, the people that came to see Ubanu, so Oyo Matembe, asked for him to make them an acid. Powerful acid. So they wanted a substance that could neutralize and break down powerful acids. Sorry.
Okay.
It's not, in and
Okay,
of
so they
itself, it's
wanted
not an
something
acid.
to break down an acid. Okay.
Yes.
They wanted a
And they
strong
were
base.
studying some kind of magical
Gotcha.
acid, is what he was assuming, Ubanu was assuming. And this same substance was found, you're putting two and two together, in that room.
Okay.
Remind me one last thing. Do the Anatis, our Anati friends, the three peeps, do they walk around in spider form or human form?
Mostly spider form.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Do you share this still?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll... Bleh. Information.
Ark, you think back to that room. You think back to the two serpent folk bodies on the ground, and you think to the description of the clothes that were provided to you. And it snaps into place. The two bodies of the serpent folks that were down there in the Hababe building. That clothing could match.
Ark will relay that with the information that he said they weren't reptilian, and so that those probably weren't the students. They
But
probably
they could be
like
disguised.
yeah, well, they probably like took the students' clothes, like killed them, had them captured somewhere, etc., etc. Is what Ark's thought is, but he just wants to heads up, like those weren't the students for sure, but those are the people that came to him.
That's Ark's take.
Yeah.
Now, in this moment of like, I will say you are standing outside of the door in Rajata's room, basically, heavily smelling, stinking of garbage, as you're beginning to have this discussion and like realizations and like, oh, and sharing this. You're kind of getting like into it. It's like, wait, this is that. And you guys are starting to have this conversation. What's Hideaki doing?
A lot of that conversation after the Arafe punch to the gut and the towel, for lack of a better term, cherry on top. He is taking a second for it to like wash over him as he's like calming down because he was really fucking upset for obvious, very bloody reasons. And as Firepot Ubanu's like attention is not on him, he takes out with a smile. He takes out a large portion of the cards and sort of like 52 card pickup, flicks them all in the air, and walks out of the room.
Okay. If that is
queen.
if that is kind of what you have done in that room, even if taking a brief moment, you will walk in midst of the conversation that was just said.
Sure, no problem.
And Ark would even start over it, so Hideaki was like fully apprised too.
Okay. But you are standing in a very stinky room as you have these conversations.
So before we get out of here, one quick point of order. He kind of motions to the other door. How do we want to do round 2 with the Minotaurs?
Just walk out.
Yeah, we just tell them that Umbo said, not Umbo. Jeez.
Oh no!
Not as fun.
Flashbacks. Panic flashbacks. We just tell them that Ubanu will let us leave.
Yeah, you don't.
He kind of looks down at his front. Okay.
I'm going.
Hideaki himself is not that bloody. Overnosa got messed up.
What I said earlier was the way that I've always envisioned it and described it is that like Overnosa is physically interacted with, but he takes all of the
physical damage.
So he looks like absolute shit. Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Oh, I'm sorry. She's gonna step back just so enough so that she has to distance cast it, and I'll third level heal on you from a distance.
Yeah. It also makes the optics of it make a lot more sense in my mind. Like I don't know how it is.
Yeah.
Like in rules is written, but like
Suddenly
that's the only thing that
I'm
makes
10
sense.
hit points, but I look fine.
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense to me. Yeah. So
I rolled like absolute garbage.
I love it.
Yeah,
nice.
I rolled
Nice.
1
Bidding for the garbage room.
1 2
Yeah.
plus 16, so 21
Wow.
points.
Are you in a curse form that would impact what you roll?
No, I didn't go to level
Nah.
2.
Every once
I
in a
just
while
can't
remember that.
I just can't get healed as good.
For sake of getting out of the trash room, I think like Ark is fine to do this while we're walking, but Ark is
Sure.
going to semi-confront Arafe and say, "Why do you keep casting that on me and not Hideaki?"
Because you tend to be the one up front.
And also, she cast it on me in the park.
Ark kind of like glances sideways at Hideaki, looks back at Arafe. Next time I want to be a willing creature. I believe Hideaki takes more damage than me.
This time he definitely did.
No
But I'm
shit.
working on it, and soon enough I won't have to make a choice.
Oh shit.
It is more important to me that you all stay up.
So it's more important
And-
that I stay up than Hideaki.
No. But, and she's gonna kind of glance over. When we're in a fight, you have a tendency to do more damage than the rest of us. If anyone's going to take something down, that's gonna be you. And then she'll put her hand on his shoulder. Or me.
I do think you see Arc, just because you're so close, you see Arc's rune like flicker.
Which one?
The gold one.
Okay.
Cool.
And he kind of looks at you in the eyes for a second, which is pretty rare for Arc even. And he says,
She will clock that, by the way.
I,
the eye thing, if nothing
yeah,
else.
he says, I stand by what I said. Next time, don't cast it on me. I don't need it.
Okay. If that's what you want.
Good to walk out.
You all walk out, jump over the trap. Oh, it's disarmed. And you head out there. The Minotaurs look at you.
I'm just
Don't
going to
bother
take
you.
half a second before we go, and I'm just
Yeah.
going to look at Tal, and I'm going to point at her forehead and point at Arc, just so that there's a conveyance of the rune popped. Wherever it is on your forehead. I'm assuming they're in different places. I assume
They
the
are.
runes are like on top of each
Yeah.
other. So she
It's
would
just a-
point
it's
to
just a
wherever
rainbow.
it is.
For,
It's a
so
Roy
for
G.
what it
Biv
matters,
across the
For what
forehead.
it matters,
Yeah.
the first rune when I attacked you
Yep.
The red
is
rune.
usually about
Yeah, it was
right
on the
here.
forehead.
And
Okay.
feel free to
Like
tell
right
me
above
if,
the temple,
if
yeah.
you think differently, Syrup. But I imagine that the second golden rune appears like almost
More
in,
middle?
like top middle of his forehead.
Okay. Top chakra.
You can say no.
Hold on. I have a picture. I'm trying to map it out. If I do this, then it's actually going to be. Oh wait, no, it's this one. It's gonna be here. Same
Okay,
side, bottom.
same side down on the cheek. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, she'll look over at Tal and go,
Sorry, I, the player, have just put a little. Anybody who's watching the VOD, you may see my face go, I've.
Maria
Make your
writes a
notes.
note. Maria writes a note.
Mm.
As we get out of earshot of the Minotaurs, as we head, what I believe is south, I assume. Yeah, that
Yeah,
makes sense.
southeast.
I know this is likely an unpopular question, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Would any of you mind if I make a quick pit stop in the city before we head back home?
"What for?" I mean, sure, but what for?
Well, and we never really confirmed the fate of the two folks that we left with the chime ringers. And I think that might be smart before we move forward to get that confirmation and figure out what the hell happened.
I
I'm
think
okay
that's a
with that.
good idea if the rest of you do.
Sure, I'll wait outside.
Okay. GM, would I know if this is a day that Sebastian is working?
I was gonna say,
Ulterior motive.
Airfade does give you a little bit of a.
Yeah,
Takes a sip of her water skin.
Roll
tastes like tea.
me a D100.
Let's fucking go.
I have a range in my head.
33.
33. Okay. Thank you.
So crit
Someone just
success in
put,
Delta
"Here
Green.
comes the rose ceremony for the episode."
Actually, you were trying to ask if you remembered, right? So,
Yeah.
yeah. You think he is?
Okay. And then, like, here, like, seeing Arafa's reaction. Yeah. And then you see him. He doesn't say anything, but he's like trying to prestidigitate the blood out of his robes.
Yeah. You do a
It's
medium
probably not amazing. It's a cantrip. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
It's not as
You're
bad
not-
as what Tal looked like, but it doesn't look like he got murdered.
You're
So-
able to walk through the streets without drawing too much
for
attention.
For sure.
All right. So you head, you do a pit stop as you head back to campus, to the same, specifically the same chime ringer station.
Absolutely, because that's where we left them.
Okay. You head over there. I'd say you guys left early morning, so it's probably like mid-afternoon, getting close to a lunch-ish time. And you reach the same sort of street and the pale, like, kind of stucco building with the sign above it that shows the chime ringers. Who all is going inside and who all is staying out?
Yeah, I was about to ask if Tal was staying outside again.
Yeah.
Ark is staying up.
Airfay is 2.
I think he's like a bit puzzled at you, and then shrugs and walks in.
Tal, that was
I'm
you
staying
know.
outside. Yeah, like,
Okay.
especially with the confirmation that the chime ringers are kind of like civil service officers.
Yeah.
It actually feels worse for Tal, knowing that these are just people of the city that can have their own subjective views on things and people and stuff, as opposed to like organized military. This is, of course, from their perspective.
Yeah.
Yep,
For sure.
yep.
Yeah.
Disclaimer.
Let me be very clear.
For fun and for what it matters, I think if Ark saw Arfay and Tal sitting out, he would want to stick by the buddy system they instilled a long time ago, and he would go in.
Fair
with
enough.
Hideaki.
Okay.
Okay.
So there's this moment as you all three sit outside, and then Art kind of looks at the two of you and steps inside after Hideaki.
Yep.
Okay.
I
You enter the little station.
love this choice so much.
You see, because it is now afternoon, and last time you were here, it was like 2 in the morning
Yeah,
or 1 in the
pretty
morning. So it is busier. The holding cells themselves are not as like busy because there was a couple like drunk people sleeping things off, things like that. But the station itself is rather busier. There is quite a few attendants, some people kind of standing near the back, a few people at desks, paperwork, etc., etc. Hustle and bustle of the equivalent of an office building, if you will. But it is easy enough for you to spot the broad shoulders and handsome figure of Sebastian.
Amazing.
He's like head down at his desk, like doing some paperwork right now.
Is there anything like in between like Sebastian and Hideaki right now? Like, would he be able just to saunter over there?
No. So there is the like welcome desk, if you will.
Yeah.
like a
Okay.
higher
Okay.
counter.
Cool. Just want to make sure. Yeah. That's okay. Cool. So he'll walk up to that, seeing Sebastian over there. And who does he see at the counter?
It's not really attended by anybody right now. There's
Oh.
people all around, and like so when you kind of stand up there's a little bell.
I was
And
just
like
about to ask. Yeah, time ringers. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
He will hit it like 5 times.
Okay, like excessively.
100%.
And a few people look up, kind of share some looks. Sebastian looks up as well.
They wave.
Looking at his like fellow coworkers, he'll stand up and take the bite the bullet is the only one that is gonna
Yep,
get up and
classic retail type. Oh, I guess I gotta go talk to the customer. God damn it, because I made eye contact.
How can I help you?
Oh, Sebastian, hey. Do you remember? I'm Hideaki. We talked before a little bit about. I dropped a few folks
Yes.
off with you. Great.
Of
By the
course.
way, important note. Considering your speech pattern, is it proper for me to refer to myself as like he, or should I also say my name every time that I talk?
I don't
You don't?
wish
What?
to. Sevash doesn't matter.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, first of all, how are you? How are things here?
Good. Busy.
Like bad busy? Because, crime and stuff?
No, just
He said good busy.
Oh, shit! R2! Didn't know. Hey, what's up?
Exactly when you walk in.
Yeah, totally. Oh, great. You have not had a chance to meet Sebastian. This is R2. R2, this is Sebastian. R2 is also one of my compatriots cohort of the, yeah. Oh,
I believe you are the one that makes him thirsty.
What? That's not, that doesn't make, okay. No, I'm quite hydrated. This is not what we're here for. Sorry. And like glares at R2 and then looks back at Sebastian. We're here to follow up on the two folks that we left in your wonderful care, because we heard that it kind of looks around, like having a second of decorum, that they might be dead. Do you know what happened?
I can look it up. What are their names?
Can you, R2, can you grab RFA and get their names? Because I don't fucking remember what their names are.
Ark would probably remember what their names are.
Yeah, Mushkudu, the bully, and it wasn't Reth, it was...
No, Reth's dead.
Yeah,
Reth in peace.
Reth in peace. Reth in peace.
Mushkadoo and the little
Shout.
one.
Mushkudu.
Must do
Um,
about none.
Kiru, I believe.
Kiru.
Yeah,
Cool.
Ark would relay that. Mushkadoo the bully.
Those
and
two.
Kira.
Yep, those are the ones.
One moment.
Take your time.
Kind of heads back to the desk, and looks through like some stuff at first on his desk, and then is like, looks around, gets up, kind of goes to the back where there's like basically like modern day would be filing cabinets. It's really just like a bunch of bookshelves, and kind
totally.
of pulls over some things, comes back over. What date was this?
Insert date.
Slipping into the mind.
Multiple weeks ago by this
Yeah.
point.
Yes.
For sure.
Ark, were you
Yeah.
gonna say something?
Yeah, just while he's gone, Ark would make a motion to offer Hideaki his water skin.
Waffles, I love you.
He stares at it, looks down at the water skin that's like in his robes, snatches your water skin and takes a big gulp of it.
Yes.
And
He
hands it
goes
back to you.
back.
Yeah, Ark will put it back.
Eventually comes with a binder to the desk, flips it open, looks for it. It is marked here that they were, that's not his accent, I'm trying to remember it.
It's pretty close to that.
Is it?
Because I remember specifically Sebastian shift.
Sebastian. Seems here they were transferred.
Where?
I am unsure.
Is there someone that I could follow up with that with?
Probably another precinct.
And I believe you mentioned that there were many precincts. Can you maybe narrow it down a little bit for me?
It's not written here.
Do you transfer people a lot?
Sometimes.
Is there like someone that like signs off on that type of stuff?
Probably the boss.
Can we speak with him?
Sure. Kind of closes or takes the book with him, heads back,
As he goes to leave, he grabs like his like shoulder. Thank you, Sebastian. Thank you.
You're welcome. Pauses and then like turns back around.
When Sebastian leaves, Ark will say, "Why? He did not help us."
He's like he catches him like as he's like no, he's like it's escalation. Like he's going to without talking to him, we couldn't have talked to this new guy.
He goes backwards and goes to the back and taps somebody on the shoulder, hands over this book. You see him like talking, opens it, points to certain people, and this other guy comes over. Seems like a older, like maybe 60s, gray-haired human. Hello, nice to meet you.
Hello.
This is what's your names?
I'm Hideaki Inkolta. This is Arc 2.
Pleasure to meet you. So I'm the captain of this current precinct. You
Sure.
have some questions on these two, I believe, right? And he has his book with him. He opens it up.
Yes. And what is your name, by the way?
Oh, my name is Thomas.
Got him.
Captain Thomas.
The Thomas.
It's actually
Okay,
pronounced
sure.
Tomas.
Tomas.
Yes.
No H.
Tomas.
Tomas. So is it actually, or are we going there? Like, what are we doing?
No, it's Thomas. His name is Tom.
Tommy. Great. Nice to meet you.
Only my friends call me Tom. Please,
All right, we're not.
it's Thomas.
Yep, cool, Thomas. Yep, we're on here on official business. You're right. So, anyway, speaking of that, Thomas, we received a very distinct rumor about the fates of these two, and we're trying to follow up on their whereabouts.
Oh no. All right. So
Can I get an insight check on that? Oh no.
yeah,
Or Professor Nick on
absolutely.
the oh no. Not awesome, but 21.
I will not roll.
Okay, 21. I mean, he seems like genuine. Like he seems concerned. Like it was a concerned. Oh no.
Sure.
Like
Oh shit.
you're not sure he believes you 100%, but
Right.
he's not like dismissing you out of hand either. He's just
Got it.
like, oh no, but like wants more info.
Yeah. Not an oh no.
Not super sarcastic. Well, I understand that is you two we have to thank to bringing them in. Is that correct?
Well, my other fellow cohort members, Arafe and Tayata as well. Tayata. Yeah.
Well, thank you greatly for your service. That is appreciated.
Sure.
Typically we do write to what branch we have transferred them. I don't see that written here. So that is a little odd.
I would argue concerning, not odd.
Fair. All right. Well, I will look to see, I'll look through the records, see who's on duty during the time of the transfer, see if I can't get some information.
Okay.
I will make sure to look into it thoroughly and see if we can't track down where they went to, and if we have heard anything otherwise. Would you like notice of any information?
He kind of leans in. I would love notice, because I was just about to ask you how we would follow up on such a situation.
Of course. Are you here local, or do you?
I'm at
if
the
you wanna
Magaambya,
provide your address?
just around the road. Yeah, I'll write it down for you real
Magaambya.
quick. Yeah.
That makes sense. That explains it. Are you a Tempest Sun mage?
Mhm.
Or
As a
going
matter
to
of
be?
fact, yeah. Yep, in studies. Yep, totally. What gave me away? Was it my?
You are not a Tempest Sun mage.
I'm a Cascade Bearer, and no. He said going to be right. That's he was referring to from like
Oh.
a school. So his
Is your
response was in his
secondary-
school. Yes.
Oh, okay. Not bad.
Yeah.
These are the ones that are the defenders.
Valor.
Of the
Yeah.
Magaambya.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah. That's why he answered that way so quickly.
Okay, my bad. Well, your actions should speak very proudly for the school. We'll definitely look into it. If you can be found there, I will jot your names down. Hold on.
Sure.
And we'll grab like a piece of paper and take down your information, and like how to send a letter, and I will update you if I find anything.
Thomas, a pleasure to make your acquaintance. And then maybe one day, you'll be Tom. I'll still be Hideaki, but you'll be Tom.
Maybe. He's like very awkward. It's like he feels uncomfortable. I will say things are busy. So we might take some time, but I will
I understand.
be sure to follow up on such
right.
concerning information.
Oh, and just to be very like crystal clear, when I say fate, I'm referring to them being dead. Just in case that helps escalate things.
Right. No, I understood that the first time.
Okay? I'm just making
Yeah.
sure that we're on the same page.
Absolutely.
All right.
Have a good day.
You do the same.
Art
R2.
Gives a little half bell. Thomas.
Nods to you, and you see he is in this time, like as he turns around, you see like two other officers that are like, I say officers, the chime ringers that are like waiting on his attention. Like they're busy for sure. And he's a little like flustered as he kind of goes, says goodbye to you and turns to be like yes, and like is answering a bunch of questions. And yeah. So I'm gonna make a note as well.
Great.
Thomas has been born into existence.
Yay.
And as he turns around, you also hear, as he kind of gets pulled away, he just calls out, Sebastian, take this. Goes and hands something over to him. All right. Is that it?
Yeah, he has that, unless you two fine ladies want to do something while we're in there.
While they're inside,
What goes on the outside?
Arafe is realizing like this is kind of the first time that she's been alone with Tal in a long time.
Yeah.
Just the two of us.
And I think she will, because she noticed it the last time we were there and how uncomfortable Tal was, and I think I rolled it. It was, she would notice this time. I'm fairly sure. Tal, are you all right?
I'm fine. They're fidgeting a lot more than they usually do.
In the words of a very dear friend of mine, don't lie to us. What's going on?
There's the ears kind of like droop a little bit and they kind of scowl slightly, but not in an angry way. And I darn it, using my own words against me. I get really uncomfortable around. They'll just kind of gesture towards the chime ringer building. Places like this.
Why? If you're okay sharing, of course. No pressure.
It's... When I was traveling with my family, we would go everywhere. We would visit such incredible towns and cities and have wonderful times like the time that we had at the tavern together. And then eventually or inevitably someone would get upset or we had one too many bad instances with people who claimed to have authority in towns. So I'm more aware of them, I think.
I mean, that's understandable. They shouldn't have treated you that way. I assume you weren't doing anything wrong. I mean, I've met your family, I've met your troop. They're fantastic people.
There's an extra layer to it. That's... I think it's at this moment, I don't think Tal is, like, really explained to anyone the depths of, like, the family curse, basically. Like, the depths of, like, what their grandmother did and why everything is like this. So Tal just kind of lets out a sigh and... As much as I know, my grandmother made a deal with the person who is now my patron, and part of that meant that they couldn't stay in one place for very long, and so there's this curse that was not real curse, but there's kind of like this like folklore curse that people thought that our circus was cursed, and so they didn't want us to stay in town because they thought that we would bring bad fortune around, which maybe we did because they have the whole thing with fate and everything, so maybe, I don't know, we brought good fortune, but then we also brought bad fortune, and it was kind of this very strange thing that hasn't resolved because I'm here now trying to figure it out.
So the deal your grandmother made lets you never be comfortable in one place.
When you put it like that, I guess. Kind
Very
of.
sad. I'm so sorry.
Well, you don't get anything for free, and she was saving someone she cared about.
Maybe it was worth it.
I think it
Well.
was. Nim says, and you hear it, Erife.
Have I ever heard Nim talk before?
No.
Have I ever heard Nim talk
No.
and just comment?
I'm very upset right now.
Nim can talk now? You know, I shouldn't be surprised as she looks down at her shadow. Things change.
Nim, how long have you been able to do that?
Since last we left the woods.
That makes sense.
I was going to talk to Hideaki, but I held my tongue.
Does Erife know you've been back to the woods since you died? Because she wasn't present when you kind of visited with Ark, even though I know that was like a memory thing. But
The question is really, did Tal mention like how she gains more lessons?
Yeah, I don't think she ever did.
I don't know.
I'm down to say not really.
Y'all can
are
clarify in the comments if we have
Yeah,
or not, but I don't remember.
Jacob,
I don't think
yeah.
there's ever been any sort of. I
Pretty
think there's
I
been.
don't think so.
Yeah.
You've mentioned that you've learned some stuff from your patron, but that is
Yeah.
not one for
'Cause
one for like
I
I've
think
been
that
back
is-
to the
yeah.
woods.
Because the only time it came
Yeah.
up was in episode 1 of this season, and then you did not go into any level of detail. Because I clocked that shit.
Sick.
Well-
Then
Well, and you've been recently too, haven't you?
yeah, when we
Yeah.
this
On the
when,
one-on-one,
when I got all
the
my
short one-on-ones.
when
No,
I
not
got all
just
my
the short
when I said I'm
one-on-ones.
not
There was the
no
short-
when I
There was the short one-on-ones that we had, and then this downtime,
The
this
level up,
stint
right?
in
Yeah,
the
that-
Magaambya.
I guess that's what I
okay.
meant on the short one. The short one-on-ones is our little like
Okay.
20 minutes per person during the episode. I should
Yeah,
have
yeah,
clarified what I was saying.
No,
not
you're
what I was
good.
thinking.
yeah, there was one-on-one,
dare you, Star.
actual, official, and then there was this one-on-one, this
Mhm.
most recent one. Yeah.
You've been back to the woods?
Oh,
A few times.
couple of times, yeah. That's how I talk to them.
Arafia feels very guilty right now. Because she is
Ooh.
realizing in this moment, and this is not shade on the other two, but how much more energy she has been putting towards Ark and Hideaki than she has towards Tal.
Uh-oh.
How does that
Is-
present? Like, what does Tal perceive right now?
I think you'd get that, just that quick glimmer of shock as the realization comes across. But she's trying, excuse me, she's trying to not divert from Tal having the conversation because she doesn't want it to make it about her now.
Mm.
But you would probably notice that flash of probably guilt that comes across her face before it's gone.
Is that bad for you? Does that make you uncomfortable?
Not in the sense that you're there. And she's thinking back to she's just like, don't lie to us. I am realizing how much, trying to say this nicely as I can, how much I feel like you have it put together in comparison to all of us. And I haven't worried about you like I have the other two. And that is awful of me. Are you okay?
I don't. I think if you had asked me that a little while ago, I probably wouldn't have said I was. And I don't know. I don't think I'm bad. But I don't know. If I said I wasn't, what would you do? Would that change anything? Would it just make you feel better for worrying about me?
No. It would prompt me to ask you what you need, which I haven't been doing. So I want to start with, I'm sorry that I haven't been noticing. What can I do to help?
There is a sigh heard below, to like the side of you.
Which one of them?
Rin.
That's a really good question.
There's so many pets and people attached to us, literally and figuratively.
It comes from Rin.
Well,
I'll get
that
in a minute.
I've noticed, and I'm sure that this might not be a surprise revelation to yourself, how much you feel like it is all on you to make sure that everyone else is okay, but I notice you spend very little time on making sure that you are okay.
The shadow is just pointing at Tal.
We are all living creatures who only have so much energy to give. Have you thought of maybe saving some of that for yourself?
If I knew how to fix my problems, I would do it.
I never said that you have to fix your problems.
I know, but I don't, at this time, know what I need help with.
Well, then there's my answer too.
Okay. And if I ever think of it, I will be honest and ask for help. That I can promise. I struggle with needing to be the one that has answers. Sometimes I forget that I don't have to be that anymore. I'm getting better. But I've always been a fixer, and I've always been treated like a fixer, so it's hard to remember that I don't have to do that anymore.
To be honest, you are good at fixing.
I know.
But I'm glad that you see that. Because you didn't when we first met.
No.
Boy.
No. That was a very different person. But you all are the ones that helped fix that. Ark included, even though he'll never, take that.
Well,
I appreciate
likewise, if I figure out what I need help with, I won't keep it a secret.
Excellent. And even if you need to just bitch about stuff. I like tea. And so do strands of glowing dawn, just so you know.
Oh.
The door opens.
Like,
R2!
boom!
R2, I'm not thirsty. I'm good.
Oh, are you thirsty, Hideaki?
Do we
did
need
you
to
get
go
a
get
tall
tea?
drink of water?
He had some of my water.
Yeah. Because
Breaks down laughing
What does
at that.
what does that mean?
apparently
You're right.
it's a euphemism. No, you go ahead. It's your fault. You did this, Arafe.
Hal, have you ever heard enemies to lovers?
Wait, no.
What?
What I was confused about, yes. But if Hideaki was thirsty and thirst was quenched by, what does that?
It's not.
What
it's
does
not,
that
it's not,
mean?
That's not what happened. I was just trying to like.
You were gone for a long
What is
time,
Art
you
doing in the
two.
midst of this?
No, Art's just kind of looking between them, and I mean, probably like towards the end of this argument, he says, "Would you like some of my water?"
I am good, thank you, Ark.
Sure.
I
Ark
don't
hands his
require
water
the
skin to
water
Tao.
of others.
Tao will take a drink while raising eyebrows very, comically towards Hideaki.
Airface is debating whether or not she explains what being thirsty is, and this is deciding not to.
Just don't understand what it means.
Tao does wink at Arafe to let Arafe know that Tao absolutely knows what the whole thing will
Like,
hand
I've heard
water
of
back
the
to
trope of
Ark.
enemies to lovers. I've not really been like a romance novel reader or so or whatever. So I just I'm really I'm lost. And so I didn't want to I wouldn't want to be rude and not drink the water. He offered it to me or
I
whatever.
believe Overnose's voice comes in. There's a phrase that some people call others. Think it's a tall drink of water.
Exactly. Overnosa. Exactly.
Huh.
Oh.
I remember some things.
And so if you're
I
if you're
see.
parched and all you want is a tall drink of water,
Uh-huh.
and you're thirsty for a tall drink of water, you are pining after a person.
But we don't even know each other. I mean, he
It
is
doesn't even matter.
No? Well, he is. You should actually see. He's very pretty.
Because
very
that
handsome.
because that person
Yeah.
has
Oh.
water. Yes.
Sometimes, well, no, well,
It is an expression.
It's yeah.
So they don't literally have water. They are a tall drink of water. It's an expression.
Anyway, changing
It's
subject.
not a great one now that I think about
It's
it.
really not. I don't know
So-
where it started, but it's fun.
Is it?
But if you were
It
like a
is.
vampire or something,
That
Well, I'm not a vampire.
Would that make you a juice pack?
as you all
a drinkable
Walk.
substance.
Yeah.
away from this continues to happen. For the record, vampires do exist in this world.
Totally.
Mhm.
Totally.
I've heard
And-
stories.
Yeah, and this conversation continues into talking about those as many and who knows what as the conversation.
Why is no one letting me change
continues.
the subject?
That's what calls out as you're all like heading out as the camera stays stationed here at the chime ringer station. And as you all head out,
Ooh.
two things happen.
Oh, two things.
One, as the camera stays stationed here, we watch you all fade out, and the echoes of laughter and jokes
Who's
fade
laughing?
alongside you.
I'm just kidding.
And Sebastian steps out of the chime ringer station, letting out a deep breath, looks around, and walks off. And that
Fuck.
is where we're gonna end tonight.
I am so upset
I'm
by
very
what
proud.
that could
I'm
mean.
very proud.
I went from dying from silent laughter in a DM
Yep.
to instant
I need
fear.
a gif. I need a gif of just Maria's